All right, man. Tanblan.
Yes, sir. Danny Dorito. What's up, bro?
So, I don't remember. Is it Big Rob Energy? Is that how I heard?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
heard about
yeah.
each
Big
other.
Rob Energy introduced us.
That's right.
Yeah, it was. I think I was just in. I've known Big Rob for a long time. And I think I was just chilling in his stream, and you came in one day, and he was like, "Yo, Danny, you gotta meet Tanblan at Tanblan. You gotta check out Danny." And then it was just like followed you on TikTok. Now I literally see your face like every day on on TikTok. You're all over my page, man.
Yeah, that's cool. I popped into your stream that one time, and it seemed like the vibes that I got from you and your fiance.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
fiance. Yeah.
you guys seemed really cool. So
Yeah. We
yeah,
we bring a lot of energy. I like to think of myself as an introverted extrovert. I can bring the energy, but I think deep down I'm a pretty mellow person. But my fiance is just like get, foot on the gas all day. She just goes, goes, goes. And when she's on the stream and she's in the channel, it's comedy always.
yeah. No, that's awesome. I think I told you then, and we still haven't done it, but we gotta do some kind of like couples date night stream or
Oh
something at
yeah,
some
yeah,
point.
yeah, for sure. Maybe even, I mean, even if it's not a stream, we'd do like some sort of Discord call and just kind of hang out for a night.
Yeah,
I think that's the best part about Twitch for me so far has been like the relationships that I've made with like genuine relationships outside of Twitch are it's next level. So it's yeah, I would love to do something like that. We got to get that figured out.
yeah, for sure. Have you guys moved to LA yet, or are you still?
No, so
I see boxes
man,
in the back. Just getting
yeah,
ready.
yeah, yeah. It's underway, but dude, actually, just today, because LA is kind of slow to open. We think things might kind of go backwards a little bit. We actually just viewed an apartment here in Seattle, like today, like a couple
Hmm.
hours ago, and loved it and applied and just got approved. So I think we're
Nice.
gonna stay in Seattle for at least another year,
Okay.
and just do our thing here. We just don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
With LA.
What are you
So
guys
we
both
we
doing?
she works kind of freelance right now. So she has a company that she works for. But what's funny is everything in life seems to happen like all at once, right?
Hmm.
Like we just signed this lease for an apartment. She just got like a new job, and then another job offer comes down the pipeline, and it's just like wow, so many things are happening right now. So I'm right now doing content, Twitch, all this stuff full time. Um, I was working in hospitality, so I worked in hotel management, and that kind of got the kibosh as soon as COVID hit. So got furloughed and then eventually laid off, and now just kind of figuring out what I want to do next.
Hmm.
So Twitch has been kind of a really awesome thing. It's unexpectedly fun.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about it on your stream, but I moved out to LA to work in the film industry. But obviously,
Mm.
with everything being shut down, I decided to try this stuff, and it got to the point where when I got the phone call to come work, I was like, I think I'm gonna keep doing this. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
um,
How long have you been in LA now?
so I was stationed in San Francisco, and we would do
Okay.
deployments down here because they closed the air
Mm.
station.
Yeah.
So I had been doing that the back and forth for about 4 years, and I got out in May. Packed up the girlfriend, we moved over here, and so I think we signed the lease for this place. Yeah, right at the beginning of May.
Oh,
So
okay.
so
Oh, so you
we've
kind of
actually been
moved.
living here since May. Yeah,
So you guys kind of moved during the whole.
yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. And now you're planning on moving though, right? You guys are getting
Um,
out.
yeah. So she is going to school for cosmetology.
Okay, cool.
And then since I'm not in the film industry, it's like, why are we paying so much for rent and stuff? It just doesn't make any sense. Like
Yeah,
we don't have to work here now. So, because like I
yeah,
said, the film industry was the only thing keeping me here. So
yeah.
we've been looking at, all the desert states. I'm from Arizona, so that was
Oh,
the
okay.
first place I looked, and there's just not really anything there for us. Nevada was a place we looked at, but we weren't sure about. And then we settled on New Mexico, but then a job opportunity has just come up, so I'm applying for that and seeing that that's
You
in
see,
Vegas.
you see how
So
that did?
yeah, it's a content creator job. So I'm just like, if
Oh,
it were to
cool.
happen, that would be awesome.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm
Well, you
applying
got
for
the
that.
resume for it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they I mean, they did say that it helps to have, like, a following and stuff like that too, and then yeah, I don't wanna get into too much detail 'cause I don't want somebody to steal my job,
For
but
sure, for sure, for sure.
I don't know, I figured I got nothing to lose, so I'll go ahead and go
Yeah,
for it.
I mean, yeah, I think that's one thing in life. A door will open. You can kind of poke your head in. You don't always have to walk all the way through it, but you can at least see what's inside, right? So you can
Yeah,
you can apply, see what happens, and if you don't want it, then you don't got to take it. Yeah.
yeah,
So Tara was in the film industry, which is why we were going to go back down to Los Angeles. Um, and like you are kind of experiencing, it's just all kind of shut down, and it
yep.
just doesn't make a ton of sense. And to move down to Los Angeles, we have all of our family here in Seattle. To go backwards and then be stuck in lockdown but not have family around was kind of like, maybe maybe we'll just stick it out for a little bit longer.
Yeah, when I got the call to come work on a TV set, and I my parents are like, "I know that show," and I'm just like, "Yeah, but, like, it's a production assistant job. It's gonna be 12-hour 10 to 12-hour days.
Mm,
I just would not be able to put the time that I can in now with this stuff
yeah,
whatsoever."
yeah.
And, so I just followed my heart, but,
How did you get started on TikTok? Like, how long have you been doing TikTok?
I
I'm
posted my
so
first
curious about that.
I posted my first TikTok in April, and it did terribly. But, I mean, I saw that it got a couple hundred views, and I was like, "Well, that was easy," it was literally just like a game clip.
Yeah.
Um, but then I was getting out of the military and all the move and stuff like that, so I kinda, like I didn't really think too much about it. I watched a couple videos about, like, the algorithm,
Mhm.
and at that time, it really did seem like there was, like, an algorithm that you could really pinpoint, like, what stuff helped. But then the
Yeah.
app just blew up with all the TikTok ban controversy, and it is
Right, dude.
so oversaturated right now that, like,
Yeah.
there's nobody knows what works. You just kinda
Right.
take shots in the dark.
Well, it seems like you got in at the right time. I think that's a huge thing with content creation, Twitch, all that stuff. It's like it's getting your foot in the door at the right
Yeah.
time. Sounds like you started right at the right time. Yeah, I think my first TikTok was in August, and still kind of treading water, trying to get that content, explosion going. But you know what? It's a grind.
Yeah. It the thing with TikTok, it's I mean, you just see these people. It seems random. They post one TikTok and they just blow up.
Yeah.
And I that hasn't happened to me. I had one TikTok that did kind of well over like the course of a couple weeks, and during that time I just kept posting different stuff that was kind of similar.
Mm,
And then the girlfriend started to get involved with it, and that just really kind of took off. My Twitch, the thing that I'm still trying to figure out why it happened. I kind of had an unusual amount of people go from TikTok to Twitch. Like,
right.
it's not that they're all viewers or anything, but like I mean, it's like a third of my followers on TikTok
I
go
know.
over to
I've looked at
Twitch,
your
or a
follow your,
quarter
your
now or
follower
something.
count. Yeah, your follower count
Yeah.
on Twitch is enormous.
Yeah, but like I said, over time, I've learned that it really doesn't matter how many followers you have. I've seen
Mm,
people who have 1,000 followers and they have the same view amount of viewers
right.
as me.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
followers doesn't mean anything. So I wouldn't
yeah.
stress about that. That's the one thing that I've
Mm,
been telling people lately is like don't stress about follower count.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's capturing that organic view, and keeping it. That's the
Hmm.
that's the real hard thing, because like you said, you could have a TikTok explode, a million views, and then all of a sudden you get this influx of people in
Yeah.
your channel. But how do you keep them? That's the big challenge. But um, seems like you're doing a good job, man. I love going into your channel. I love just watching you, and I'm a big lurker, so like
Me too.
when I say hi to somebody in like your stream, I've probably been in there for about 30 minutes before I even say anything, because I don't know. I prefer to watch instead of, I think some creators and some, streamers, they'll highlight somebody so aggressively when you go, even, and I'm even guilty of doing it sometimes. Like when somebody who I really like admire comes into my channel, I'm like, oh, check out who's here, like holy cow, and then shut up, do this, and it's
Yeah.
like and that's happened to me before, and I'm like, I'm small potatoes, but even for me, I don't want the attention. Like I'm there to watch you. You know what I mean? It's just like, so I'm a
Yeah,
lurker. I'm a pro lurker. I always say,
a
if you
pro
think I'm not
lurker.
there, I'm watching. I'm there, man. Got my eyes on you.
Yeah, I think everybody is like that. I think that every time I'm doing that and I'm like I look and I go, okay, there's, for example, 100 people watching. But I see
Mhm.
like the same like 30, 40 people talking. I know there's more people who are just chilling,
Right.
just
Yeah.
watching. So it's like I always wonder who's there. You never know.
You never know, and you know what? Channels, I've heard this before from big streamers. Channels are built off lurkers. You know, like your active community, your active chatters are very important. I think
Yeah.
they're more important for your energy, but your stream will be built off the people that are just going to turn it on and leave it on and listen to you while they're doing the dishes, or while they're playing their own game or something like that. That's how your channel is really built off. So I appreciate all
Yeah.
my lurkers. You gotta.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, you look at like Dr. Disrespect has always been like a really big inspiration for me, and like
Yeah.
I go tune into his stuff, and you see he's got 30,000 people watching, but you look and you if you watch for a little bit, you'll notice a pattern. It's like the same people talking in there. I mean, it
Yeah,
take a
for
while to
sure.
notice that, but
Yeah.
there's not 30,000 people talking. So yeah,
No.
lurking is definitely you can't neglect them.
I think there's a deterrent to even chat in somebody like Doctor Disrespect's channel because he's not gonna see your comment. It's just
Yeah,
that you're gonna send it and it's gonna go soup. It's
yeah.
gone. you
Well, I mean,
know.
like I people kept telling me like, "Hey, but like, what do you think about Doctor Witnesser?" Which was, I don't know if you've heard about him. He's that streamer.
Uh-uh.
So he goes into Fortnite, and I think he's on TikTok too. So I think that's the reason why people brought it up more is because of the TikTok
Mm.
thing. But basically, I think he's a minister, and he goes into Fortnite games and basically talks to kids and gets them to come back to like his lobby, and then he'll start like preaching the word of God to them and stuff.
Oh.
And yeah, so people are like, "What do you think about this guy? He's on TikTok." Somebody was like, "He said something about you," and I was like, "What?" And then so like I go and look at his thing, and I see my buddy Corpy in there. Like I see his name go flying past real quick, and I'm like, wait a minute, And so Corpy, my buddy Corpy's in there like arguing with Doctor Witnesser about alcohol or something. Uh, just something silly. So me and
Yeah.
Corpy, he calls me on Discord. He's like, "Dude, are you in Doctor Witnesser's chat right now?" Because I said something too to see if you would notice. So it's funny, but
That's fun.
yeah,
That's a bold thing to do, man. That's a bold strategy to pull people in and then talk about something like that. I
I'll
mean, I
tell
guess
you what that
that's
that chat was 100% toxicity. I saw
yeah,
maybe one or
that's
two people saying like, "Leave him alone. He's doing, he's just preaching the good word and stuff like that." But
yeah. I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with wanting to talk about it, but I think you're just
yeah,
in an environment like Twitch. You're just
yeah,
inviting like just anybody who wants to troll is gonna find that dude and be like, perfect, let's go. you know?
yeah.
Yeah, you're
Well,
inviting that stuff.
I mean, I talked to my mom about it because I had mentioned something to her. I was like, "Yeah, I saw
Mama
Corpy."
Dorito.
Yeah, Mama Dorito. I talked to her about it, and she was like, "Do you remember like when I was growing up, there was a church who had a van. They would just drive around and park this van, and they had like a Xbox 360 in the back, and they would just hey, come play some Xbox, and then they would
Oh,
just like lure these kids in. Yeah, and it just feels the same way to me. So that's
dude,
why.
that's like driving. I mean, literally just get the like throwing candy out of your big van vibe. Like,
Yeah,
hey, you want some candy? I got something I got to tell
yeah.
you. Come here.
But I
Yes.
guess the reason they blew up is because he straight up told some kid in the middle of like just playing Fortnite. He's like, "You're going to hell," like just like and everybody's just like, "Whoa, bro!"
oh,
Yeah,
that's the kid's
yeah,
terrified now. He's
yeah.
like, I'm going to hell, mom.
There was a guy. I forgot what his name was. He's not on Twitch anymore. I think he finally just gave up because of the toxicity. But he was doing something similar, where like basically he'd be like, I'll help you, like come into my lobby and we'll talk, we'll chat. And it's like they're playing Call of Duty or something, and people would do that donation like text to speech, and
Uh,
they would start saying like, my dog died and this and that, but then it would just go south, like every single message was just trolling, and I used to get such a kick out of that. And
yeah,
Dr. Witnesser has his mods like on point. They delete everything really quick, so
that's good. That good. I
yeah.
mean, he's an idiot. So how big is he? How many average viewers does he get?
I haven't paid too much attention, but anytime that I've popped in, he usually has somewhere around like 350.
Oh, okay.
So he's definitely up there a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's good numbers. That's definitely really good numbers. That's wild though, man. That's again, I'm not brave enough to bring up topics like that in my stream. I'm just like, nah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna avoid that. Yeah. I
Yeah,
had somebody come
exactly.
in the other day about politics, and I was just, he's like, so who are you voting for? I was like, I'm not even like, just no, like, please don't. I'm not even gonna talk to you
Yeah.
about this. Just go away.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. People will usually be like, "Oh, it's because you're voting for so and so, or you feel this way about it," and it's like, no, I just don't want to talk about it because you guys start acting like this about it. So there's,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna open up that can of worms.
No, you're
It
just here to
doesn't
play.
matter
I'm just
who.
here to play video games, man. I want to talk about this stuff. Like,
Yeah, the title is "Let's play Call of Duty." It's not, let's talk about
right,
the election. This
right,
isn't a just chatting stream,
right.
But
How do you feel about just chatting streams? Do you do any of those ever?
I've so there's been a couple instances where I've used it. Like my internet was a couple months back. My internet was an issue, and so like I just changed it to like on the phone with Spectrum because my internet's being crap. And like people are coming and like, dude, what's going on, man? Your internet bad? And like, it was funny. I had like 150 people watching me like talk on the phone with Spectrum about the internet going in and out, and like it was just getting blurry and then focusing blurry. You know what I mean? Like the bit rate
Yeah.
was just fluctuating. Yeah,
Dude, I think the just chatting channel, that's something to utilize for sure. I think a lot of
yeah,
people are afraid to use it, but that's the most viewed channel on all of Twitch
yeah,
is just chatting. So I usually try and start every stream with just chatting for like 45 minutes to an hour of just like kind of kicking it. But I know people who just they just talk like
yeah,
for 5 hours, and I'm like, bro, I couldn't do that. That's a
yeah.
lot of energy. That's exhausting to just chat all like I don't have enough to talk about to just chat for 5 hours about
Yeah.
you know.
No, it's definitely something that like once I make partner, I think I'll do that every once in a while where I'll just pop in
Mhm.
like on a random Sunday or something, and just be like,
Yeah,
"Hey, what's up? Let's chat," for like an hour. I
yeah.
because I saw Stanman doing that. Like you know who Stanman is?
No.
So he's like one of the big Call of Duty TikTokers.
Okay.
He got I'm pretty sure he got into the top 100 for Phase 5. Yeah, I think he did. But anyways, I I like stop for a second. I gotta think. Uh, so yeah, he was playing Call of Duty, and then I saw him switch to like just chatting, so I popped in, and then like I like went for a walk. Like jotted down some ideas, did the dishes. A couple hours go by, I come back, and he's still in there, and I was like, "Hey man, like you're still chatting?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, it's popping. I don't know what's going on. Like people want to talk." And
That's
like,
how it started for me. I used to just start my stream and just go into games, and then as more people started to kind of show up and just kind of be there, it became this more organic thing to like, hey, I'm just gonna say, hey, how are you guys doing today? What's going on? What'd you do last night? What'd you do today? And then everyone's just kind of firing off. I think as the stream continues to grow though, and I think for maybe somebody like you, when you have that many people in there, it's kind of hard to keep up with all those conversations,
yeah,
because you get on one, like, dude, I got ADD like nobody's business. Like
me too.
it's so frustrating. So I get a one train of thought, and then somebody will ask a question in chat, and I'll read it, and then I lose completely what I was just talking about, and then I'm on this, and then it's like I'm just
Yep.
jumping back and forth, and I'm like, man, if I had more people chatting, it'd be bad news.
Yeah,
I'd be neglecting everybody.
my girlfriend will be like, you gotta like read other people's stuff," and I'm like, "I'm talking about something. Somebody asked a genuine question. I'm gonna answer it. Okay, I could talk
Yeah,
about whatever I want to. Like, I'll
right.
get like, you know, because
This way, and then that's when the kid starts highlighting his message every single time, and he says it like four
yeah,
times in a row. You're just like, oh god, sorry, dude.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm pretty adamant about trying to read everything, and it's
Yeah,
definitely it gets hard. And the other side of that is that when you get used to doing that and people are used to that interaction, then you start getting people going, "Hey, you missed mine. Hey, like you didn't read
yeah.
mine." And it, I plan on trying my best to keep up with it in the future. I
Hmm.
do when I do collabs. I tell them like, "Hey, like it's a collab. I'm a little more focused on the gameplay right now."
Right.
They're like, "I did my first tournament, my first Warzone tournament." And I was like, I'm not talking to the chat unless it's between games, guys. This is a tournament, like it's for time. I turned off the channel points rewards,
Yeah,
um, and they were pretty cool about it. So I think
that's cool.
as long as I don't do that stuff too much, I think it'll be fine. you know.
Yeah, I know a streamer. He's a UK streamer. He did make it into the phase top 100. His name's
Hmm.
Stallion, and he plays. He gets about 250 to 300 viewers a stream. But this guy is like the fastest reader in the entire. He does not miss a single message, and his chat is just flying. And I'm just like, bro,
Yeah.
you got 250 more people than I do, and I'm just like, how the f are you even doing this? And it's you admire somebody who can actually keep up with the chat and continue to put up like I can keep up with the chat, but I'm going to be really, really, really terrible at Call of Duty or whatever I play in. But this dude's still just ripping through people, and
Yeah.
so it's impressive, man. It's tough to
I,
do that.
I'll get people that come in. Excuse me. They'll come in and they'll say like this your gameplay sucks. Like you suck at this, you suck at that. And I'm like, dude, I'm 50-50 game and chat right now.
Right,
Like I'm just
right,
chilling, man. I'm like,
yeah.
if do you see like a keyboard and mouse cam? Like I'm not over here trying to be a pro. I'm just hanging out, man. You know.
Yeah,
And
that's actually a big that's a big thing in for me in my community is I I encourage my community to troll me. Like I want them to troll me. So they are always, if you're in my channel, like dude, they're just making fun of me like the whole day. And I'm totally cool with it. Like I encourage it. I want it because
yeah,
I don't take myself too seriously. Like, I'm just playing video games. I'm a dude from Seattle who just wants to laugh and have fun. So my community is always teasing me. And it's like, okay, the days I really try and buckle down, like, okay, today I'm actually going to try and I'm actually going to do well are the days that I like play worse than I do normally. So my chat thinks I'm like the worst gamer in the entire world, but but off stream, I'm like, I'm not that bad, but
yeah,
they have zero faith in me in winning anything ever.
yeah. No, I mean people will come in and they're just like, hey man, how's the stream? I'm like, hey, it's just getting pooped on right now, but it's all good,
Yeah,
man. We're just
yeah,
chilling.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
How many wins? Yeah, zero. Got zero
Yeah.
wins. How many wins this week? Zero.
Yeah, I know. Like any dubs this week? Nah, man, none of them this month, bro. You know.
Yeah, dude, it's hard out there, man. It's hard winning Warzone games, dude.
I mean, I've noticed it with any game. Like the longer the game's out, the more sweaty the community gets because, like, it's just like only the good people stick around because they're good at
Yeah,
it. You know, other people
dude.
come in and they're like, "Ah, it's too sweaty," and they leave. That's what's happening to Fortnite right now. There's like so
Yeah,
many people
I
are like, it's too
can't
sweaty.
even I can't even do Fortnite, dude. I can't build the Great Wall of China in 2.2 seconds and expect to kill somebody at the same time. Like that's way too much for me.
Yeah,
I cannot do that, dude.
I
It's
did
way too overwhelming.
I did like it a little bit like back when it first started, but it just yeah, I don't and the community. I mean, I anytime I post a TikTok that has anything to do with Fortnite, they're like, "Yeah, man, it sucks. Like the game's just, the community's kind of different now." And
Yeah.
I mean, I know they made a big deal about how like the prize money for these tournaments is getting smaller for it, which is like the first sign that like it's starting to die. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
just
because didn't
wonder.
somebody didn't a young kid win like $4 million or something like that? It was
All
like the first
kinds of
real big
stuff.
Fortnite tournament, and he was like 14, and he won like $4 million.
Yeah,
Everyone went crazy on that.
it's insane. Like I tell people all the time, I'm like, because like, oh, you hate Fortnite. I'm like, no, I don't. I respect that game immensely. That game is
Mm,
it's done so much for the gaming industry and esports industry. Like,
Battleground BRs, yeah, dude, like crazy.
yeah, I just
I don't, I
just don't
can't,
have fun.
I can't get it. I don't hate it. Like I think I'm on the same page. I don't hate Fortnite. I just don't want to play.
I just
I don't,
don't. I tell her, I just don't have fun playing it. I just
yeah,
don't.
I got nothing but respect for the game because it's
Yeah.
obviously there's something to it. People still really love it, but that's not for me.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
like
it's just
PUBG too. I couldn't get into PUBG. It was too slow. I couldn't do it. I need fast. I'm gonna die a lot, so I need a game that I can die, load in, and be back in the game like pretty quick. That's why Apex was so good because I could die and be back in the game in like 30 seconds.
yeah. PUBG was a weird one because on Xbox, I loved it. I played so much PUBG on
Mm.
Xbox. I was decent at it on there, and then I switched over to PC, and I was like, dude, I'm getting shot from like just. It's. I'm like, dude, I don't know how this person got this shot. Like, people are just so good on PC.
Is it cross platform PUBG?
No, I don't think so.
So you probably I mean it's pretty hard to cheat on an Xbox, but
I don't.
pretty easy to cheat on a PC.
Yeah, I don't think it's cross-platform. It should be.
Yeah, maybe at this point it is. I don't know.
I feel like any game that isn't making that move is shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I don't
You know,
understand that. I don't understand that. But other than like the PlayStation exclusives, I don't understand why you would like Apex just went cross-platform, and it's in like season 7, and that just is ridiculous to me.
I think Apex is trying to they're trying to stick around. You know,
Yeah,
I was that was another game that I was like a lot really into on console, and then when I switched over, I
yeah.
just never really. I tried playing it one time, and everybody just made fun of me because I was like, I don't remember how to play this.
I
You
still
know,
really like Apex. I don't play it. I mostly play Call of Duty if I'm going to play a shooter game.
yeah.
But I do like Apex. I'll probably give season 7 a try. I didn't play it all since like season 4, so I heard season 7 is going to be cool. They're adding like cars and all sorts of crazy stuff. They got to compete with Call of Duty, man.
Yeah, I mean that was the other thing. I tried driving cars in Fortnite, and I was like, dude, what are these driving mechanics, man? Like every little turn, it's like you're sliding across the ground, you're just drifting. There's like no
Yeah.
traction. So like
Yeah, I
I don't think any game's really gotten the cars down yet.
no. I mean,
Yeah,
Warzone's not bad. It's not
it's
great. It's
not
not bad.
great. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's not
uh,
great, but it's
yeah, there's certain things about Call of Duty where I'm just like, I don't understand. Like they got this down perfect, but then you can't like hop over this little rock or something, you know?
yeah, you're a super soldier and you can't jump over a wall that's
Yeah,
taller than your head. Like, what the hell?
yeah,
Um,
but
how do you think Call of Duty is going to change much when, or you think Warzone's going to change much when Cold War comes out?
so I think the whole rumor is that right as Cold War comes out, they're going to nuke the Warzone map so that it's not playable anymore because they don't want the community split. And so the new Blackout or Warzone map that's coming out doesn't come out till December. I'm guessing somewhere around Christmas, you know, like month after it comes out.
So you're not
So
going to be able to play it for like a month?
now
Are
it's
you
just gonna be
serious?
multiplayer, zombies, and campaign. But I'm excited. I am excited to be really into streaming when a new Call of Duty comes out. Because like you know when I started really getting into it, that was back in like May. Um, Obviously Modern Warfare had been out for like 6 months, so
Yeah,
I'm one of those people where I gotta play the campaign before anything else. So I'm like
for
I'm
sure.
doing. I mean I'm hoping, and it's just a hope. I just reapplied for partner, and I heard that if everything's good, the second time you apply, it doesn't take like anywhere near as long to get an answer.
Okay.
So just fingers crossed. But I would love to
Yeah,
be able to
dude.
be
Good luck.
like, I don't care how many people are watching. I'm playing this whole campaign in one sitting. You know.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's I really liked the Modern Warfare campaign. I thought it was really
It
cool.
was so good.
It was so good. Yeah, dude. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
How do you feel about the fact that they kind of like rebooted? You know, like they it was for me it's like a soft reboot. Like they're following the same kind of story. They're just moving things around, same characters. You know.
Yeah. I think I mean, they're going to stick with what works, and obviously it worked. People are familiar with that, so
Hmm.
I didn't have a problem with it. You know,
Yeah,
it was because when did the first Modern Warfare come out? How that was like
2008,
2008 to
2007. I don't know.
so some time has gone by. I mean, I think that's kind of the same thing with Halo. Like they just kind of redo the same stuff with Halo over and over and over, and people still just freaking love
Yeah,
that. Are you
I
gonna play Halo at all? Do you like
I've
Halo?
never the only Halo I really got into was Halo 3,
Okay,
but like I tried Halo Reach and it just wasn't for me. And then I
yeah,
think what was it Halo 5 Guardians or something? Am I thinking of the wrong name?
I'm not sure,
There,
dude. I
whichever one that was basically like Halo and COD had a baby. Like the game mechanics were very similar and everything. That one I played a little bit, but I was just like, nah. It's just something about Halo is just not really for me. I know Big Rob Energy is super into Halo, so.
Yeah, he likes Halo a lot. I think the last like I was really big into Halo 2. That was when actually that was the first Xbox I ever got. I got it for Christmas in like 2005 or something like that. And it was Halo 2 and I finally got internet like multiplayer. You could play online like it was this big thing, this big deal and I was like, "Oh shit, we're playing Halo online with our buddies." And everyone would like look at their level and their ranking at school and stuff like that. And then Halo 3 came out kinda and then I never really liked the Halo campaign. I'm going to get like absolutely roasted for saying that, but it just never really didn't really get me going.
Yeah, I think Halo 3 is the only one that really excited me. And then I mean, just the community around Halo 3 was just different, you know.
Yeah,
I feel like that
Halo's
was
got a
peak Halo.
huge community. They just got like diehards for Halo, which is good
Yeah.
for them.
Do you have a favorite Call of Duty?
Um,
Mine's Modern Warfare 2.
yeah, I think mine's Modern Warfare 2 also. I don't, I don't like, and this is just me. Like Cold War is going to be cool, and I'm excited for it. I'm really excited to play it. I love modern guns, and I love the guns that they have now. Like I don't want to play, Civil War Call of Duty. Like I don't want to be like loading my musket with like gunpowder and like shooting it with
Yeah.
like a different scope. Like I don't want that. I want like sick, like awesome
Yeah.
new guns. That always was the biggest appeal for me.
Yeah. I might be mistaken, but I believe for Warzone, like the new one, they are keeping all the guns from Modern Warfare. I don't know
Oh,
how,
really?
but supposedly they're doing that.
Hmm. Oh, did I think I just read that too? Is that you're gonna keep all your level
Blueprints, yeah,
attachments and everything like
everything.
that? Good, dude. People work
I don't
freaking
know how they're
hard
gonna
for
do
those
it. Yeah,
blueprints.
I think that's what it is. They don't want people to feel like they gotta just start over. You know,
Yeah, well,
like they.
people buy all the battle passes and like there's some people's accounts have a lot of money invested into those things.
Yeah,
So to
I'm just
just put out
happy.
a new Call of Duty, it's like you're just gonna lose all that money,
I can't wait to run around in '80s Verdansk as Jigsaw because I'm keeping that skin if I can. I assume I
I'm sure you
can.
could.
So
Yeah, I'm sure you
yeah,
could. Jigsaw was around in the '80s, right? He looks like an older
yeah,
guy.
yeah. He's an older dude. Um, dude, what did you think about the whole Halloween event? I loved it, man.
Holy cow.
I
I
loved
was
it.
blown away. I was expecting kind of a half-assed event, to be honest. And I started playing it and I was like, whoa, this is sick. Like it was
Yeah,
so cool. All the just like the little things that they did. For instance, like you compare it to something like, Apex's Halloween event, and it's just like, dude, not even a fraction of the amount of content was put into Apex compared to Call of Duty. I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. I'm sad it's
yeah.
gone, actually.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping some people are like, I think Bad Bear Gamer was like, I hope they like keep this till the game goes away. Like, like it might be smart for them to do that, but I
Yeah.
think they have something up their sleeve that they're gonna do at the end. I really do. I think there's some kind of event coming to, you know, say goodbye because, like it or not, I think that this Call of Duty shows that like Call of Duty is still gonna, it's not going anywhere. Some people are saying that it
Right.
seemed like the game was gonna die eventually, but
It
I don't
seems
know.
like it's only been gaining traction, really. I think that they would be doing themselves a disservice to stop the Warzone train and just hope that people like Cold War as much as they liked Modern Warfare. Like that they need to still keep that in some capacity because you got people like Tim the Tan Man, Nick Merckx with 50, 60,000 people each watching just Modern Warfare. That's what they want to watch. And I think that they would be, I don't know. I hope that they somehow do some last hurrah or something like that.
Yeah, I think they will. I think it's really smart that they made Warzone like free to play
Yeah,
because
for
I
sure.
think that's part of the reason why Blackout died so quick. It was like six
Yeah.
months later it was dead,
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it definitely seemed like the same thing where it usually gets like sweatier towards the end, and it
For
definitely
sure.
has like solos. Have you tried to play solos?
I got my first solo win like last month, and I was like, I literally stood up in my apartment and I screamed so loud. I was so excited.
Yeah, people do not mess around in solos.
Dude, I actually just played solos yesterday, and it's just a bunch of I hate it. It's just a bunch of hiding little a holes, man. They're just running around, and then they
Yeah,
hide. I literally died because I was running out of the fire station, and there was a dude crouched outside the fire station door, just sitting there, and I ran out, and he just absolutely beamed me, and I was like, great, that's it.
yeah. I actually last night I got my first and only jump scare finally last
How,
night at like not 2 in the morning, at like midnight.
how did you
It made
only now just get a jump scare?
I don't know, but it happened in regular Warzone. It wasn't like the Halloween event. So
That
I
must have
literally
gotten you.
almost shit myself, man. It scared the crap out of me. I was not expecting it. I was literally like I was like opening a crate. I grabbed a glass of water. Oh my god! Like I was just like it was Yeah.
Dude, you must have like because I've been jump scared probably 30 times,
I
like
wish.
so many times. And I think that they did such a good job with whatever the percentage of boxes or whatever
Mhm.
the algorithm is to actually make it jump
Yeah.
out. It was just enough for me to forget that there were jump scares, and then I would get jump scared, and it'd just be like this thing. So it even happened to me so much that I learned that when opening the box, if there's like a little, like even a fraction of a delay, you're gonna get the jump scare.
Yeah.
So I'm playing it, and I'd see it, and I just close my eyes like this. I just go because I
I
just,
did I didn't know it happened in regular Warzone, so I was not expecting it at all,
that's
you
awesome,
know?
dude. I'm
Uh,
glad you got one. And when you said you hadn't gotten one, I was like, oh god, he's in for it, dude. Because they're good. They're
yeah.
good jump scares, man.
Yeah, no, it I was like, "Damn, man." Like, that got me. Like, I don't I played Phasmophobia, and I'm sitting here just laughing at everybody screaming
Yeah.
and stuff. It just doesn't get me.
Do you
But
like
no, man.
horror games,
I do.
horror?
Yeah. I do. I
Okay.
just I've played I forgot what game I played in VR, but nothing has scared me like a like VR horror has.
Right.
So, that's just a whole nother level.
What VR horror games are there?
I played Resident Evil. I don't think it was that.
Oh,
That
Resident Evil
one's
7.
good, but
That
it
was
didn't scare me. Scare me. I honestly I think it was a demo that I played or some kind of
okay.
promotion for a movie. I think it might have been like an Exorcist little like teaser thing or something.
I really liked
But
Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7 was a lot of fun.
yeah, I never finished it because that was right when I switched from like console to
Uh,
PC. That's the
yeah,
other thing is like I've started
it's
games and then it's yeah to start
yeah,
over is kind of
for sure. So you
yeah.
only stream on PC, like you're just PC.
Yeah, I've totally just kind of abandoned console. I got nothing against console. I
Yeah,
work on here. I do everything on here, so it just makes sense to be
yeah.
like, oh, I can just click a button and I'm good to go. You know?
Do you find I mean, I guess I don't know what kind of PC you have, but do you find like streaming on the PC and running Call of Duty? Is there any like yeah, have you ever had
Uh,
any issues?
so I have a 1080 Ti, which is like
Mm,
a 2-year-old GPU, but it was like top of the line at the
yeah.
time. Um, and then I had a Ryzen. I don't know how much you know. Are you on console?
I have PC and console. I have
Okay.
PlayStation, Xbox, PC. I got it all. Besides
So
freaking Nintendo Switch, I want one so bad.
So the biggest thing with streaming is that you have your whatever you're choosing as your encoder, like obviously it's going to take a big hit in power. So I
Yeah.
was using my CPU because I don't have an RTX series of graphics cards because they have their own special encoder for streaming.
Uh,
I've heard debates on whether it's actually any better or not, but it's just the fact that like that's taking the load off of your PC a little bit. That's a big deal. Um,
right.
but no, I've always used my CPU. I tried using my graphics card and it just messes with my games too much.
Hmm.
So I had the Ryzen 7 2700X, which was like one of the top of the line ones for that generation. And not only for like streaming did I feel like I was just being held back, but when I rendered stuff, it was just taking way too long. Like I was like,
Uh,
like I needed something to change, and finally, I feel like it was just kind of like it just happened to happen. But my thermal paste started going bad, so I was like, oh, you know what? Let's upgrade this thing, and
yeah.
it's like night and day. I have my Warzone FPS capped at 90, just because
Okay.
I care more about like quality. Like I can't. People are like, oh, you should turn your settings all the way all the way down and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, I'm not a pro gamer. I don't want to be looking at potato graphics. You
Right.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
So I
Quality. I
usually
think that's a I mean that's a really important thing. Is just the
yeah.
pure it's audio and just your quality and that sets you leagues apart from other people
Yeah. And I mean, I'm absolutely still learning as I go. I find
for
little
sure.
things randomly and it's like, dude, why wasn't I doing that? For the longest time, I was using window capture instead of game capture.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up until like 3 or 4 months ago. But like I posted a YouTube video and it was just like a little 30-second clip and I was like, why like does this happen to anybody else? And it was in Warzone, the plane would open up and my frame rate would just go down the toilet, man. It was like 10 frames per second. And then as soon as the
Really?
animation was gone, everything was fine. And somebody's like, "Are you using game capture or window capture?" And I tried game capture, went away. So I
Jeez.
don't know, little things like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
seems
So
stupid, but
purely because I want to take as much stress off of my PC as possible. I if I can play a game through console, I'll play it through the console and I'll just run it through Elgato and just kind of have that So it takes some stress off of the PC for me because I don't have the
Yeah.
greatest computer. I can run Call of Duty and stream at the same time, but it does take a hit on my frames, and I'm just like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna waste my time with that.
Yeah. Well, I am waiting for the because there's the new series of graphics cards. I'm sure you've heard
Oh
everybody
yeah,
talking about them.
oh
I'm waiting
yeah,
for them to announce the TIs. I know I
yeah.
won't get
Okay,
my hands on one anytime soon, but that's the goal.
right,
Is like once we're moved and I'm doing whatever, like that'll be the next PC upgrade. Um,
yeah.
as far as like upgrade that I'm looking forward to right now, though, I'm I'm trying to time it right because obviously with the move and everything, gotta be smart with finances.
For sure.
I really want to get like a real camera to stream with, especially since I
Yeah,
do the podcast and stuff. I just feel like it'd make a big difference.
yeah. What are you looking for? Like the Sony?
Yeah, like a Sony A6100 or something, something a little
Yeah,
more
those
professional.
are those are going to be the next big ones for me. I'm more into
It's
audio. Like
expensive.
I really, it's very expensive. Yeah, I really want to get a new mic. I mean, I have a fine mic. I use the Blue Yeti,
Hmm.
and it works just fine. Sounds good. But I really want like the Shure SM7B. I really want that
Yeah,
like XLR. Like
yeah,
I want all that because that's just oof, man. When it sounds good, it's like it makes a world of a difference.
yeah. I went from the Blue Snowball to this Elgato Wave 3, and dude, I mean, the Elgato is, I think with everything I got, like the shock mount, the pop
Mm,
filter, all that stuff, I think it was I used like the Harris Heller discount code, which is like one of the best ones out there.
yeah.
I think I paid somewhere around 210 or 220 for everything,
Right.
and like
Yeah.
it's been the best investment I could have made. It's like a poor man's Go XLR basically with the
Yeah.
software they have. So
For
yeah,
sure. Yeah, that's I think mine came with the whole mount and setup and all that stuff. I think it was
yeah,
right around the same price too. So
hmm,
it's tough because there are so many USB mics out there, and it's like, how do you know which one? I mean, they can all sound good with the filters you put on, do all this
yeah,
stuff, but it's like out of the box, which one's going to sound right for you?
yeah.
I
That
don't,
that
I don't.
was Sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you
I was
off.
saying, I had a lot of people telling me to not buy the Blue Yeti, and I was like, why? And I just was like, I'm a little defiant in life, Somebody tells me not to do something, I'm like, okay, well, screw you. I'm going to do it anyway. So I went
Yeah.
and bought the Blue Yeti, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I have no issues with it at all. No issues at all.
Yeah, the biggest issue I had with the Blue Snowball, I mean, that's a $50 mic, so I mean, you get what you
Right.
pay for. But my
Right. Right.
biggest
Right.
issue was it would randomly just the sound would cut out and I would have to unplug and plug the cord back in like 10
Oh,
times to get it
really?
to, yeah. So I was like, this is, it's got to go. It's just
Yeah. Well, I can hear the sound difference between your mic right now because I went back and I watched a couple of your old podcasts and I listened to the Blue Yeti or the Yeti Snowball versus what you have now,
yeah.
and it's a
It's
total
night and
difference.
day, yeah.
Yeah, it's this one sounds much better. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, this one literally is like I plugged it in and it was good to go. It has like its own stuff. So I'm pretty happy
That's
with
always
it. Yeah, so
yeah, that's
that's
always
yeah, I'm sure there's more I could do, to tweak it, but you
it
just
sounds just fine, man.
I think it's just fine. Yeah, people tell me
Yeah.
the fact that people come in and they're like, "Hey, man, I haven't been here in a while. Your mic sounds amazing. What'd you get?" Like that to me is like, okay, it's a good
Yeah.
sign that I'm improving. People are noticing. So,
Yeah, for sure. What kind of camera do you use right now?
uh, a Logitech 4K Pro webcam. The 4K does not work though. It will literally drop frames. Like it's too
Yeah,
much for it.
yeah.
So I just
Yeah, I
do.
have the Logitech Streamcam.
Hmm. I
I
know which
mean,
one that is. Yeah.
yeah, it works fine. The only thing for me is the field of view is really small. Like
Yeah.
I can't get it out very wide, and for sometimes that kind of drives me crazy.
Yeah.
So I have I'm trying to be smart with finance too because we're planning on
Yeah.
moving. Waiting
Totally
to
feel you.
buy Cam Link because I have oh, and plus with our new apartment, I'm actually gonna have like an office, like a streaming
Hmm.
room.
Me
Oh my
too.
god,
Yeah.
dude, I'm literally streaming in my living room. Like that's like my couch that I watch
Yeah.
TV. Like that we're streaming in the living room. So we're gonna have an office finally, and I have a GoPro that I'm gonna all set up and have it kind of in the corner, and you're gonna get this full like view. Oh god, dude, I'm so
Yeah.
excited, so excited.
Yeah, I definitely want to do something where like I take this camera and I have a green screen. I would love to do like the whole Doctor Disrespect thing where like I walk over and like I'm in the freaking forest or something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
totally
when
want to do
you gave
something
up
like
on the
that.
greens, you stopped doing the green screen thing, didn't you? Because you did that for
Yeah,
a while.
yeah. My biggest thing was like you probably saw if you looked at the old podcast. This was all turned the opposite way.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so like it was like the door and the closet and then the bed and everything. And I was like, yeah,
right.
I was like, it just feels weird. Like it makes the room look small and like, then my girlfriend's like,
Yeah,
gotta grab something. And so we finally switched everything around. And I was like, I think I'm just not gonna use the green screen. And people are like, yeah, don't go back to it. But there's still a couple people who are like, I miss the green screen days. And I'm like, it just feels more personal,
for
you know?
sure. I think there are a lot of really fun things you can do with the green screen,
Yeah.
and I have a couple streamer buddies that are like just pro with the green screen. They got all these effects and graphics, and
Yeah.
they'll like start turning on music, and they do all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, dude, that's sick, and I'm super jealous. But I think there's a sense of vulnerability when you can see the person's background, you can see what's going on behind them. Like it's a little bit more perspective into your lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the green screen is cool. It'd be cool to like one day you have a green screen, the next day you don't. Like you can kind of
Yeah.
switch it
Well, I
up as
mean,
you want.
the one thing that drives me nuts is like the lighting is so hard to do right now because I can't set up
Mhm.
anything anywhere where it's not going to be in the way, you know? So when I
Right,
have my own
right.
room, the lighting, I'm going to spend a whole day working on lighting.
Yeah.
Um, and then
God,
I'll
I'm,
get
it,
that
it
camera
gets
and
me it
everything.
gets me giddy. I'm like a boy on Christmas. Like
Yeah.
you telling me I'm gonna have a room that I can set my stuff up. Like,
Yeah, I
dude,
know.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Like, absolutely massive Star Wars fan. So I have Star Wars memorabilia like everywhere, and because our apartment is so small. Tara, my fiance, is like, okay, you can have like a couple things up here, but the rest is gonna have to go into storage until we get like a place for you to put it.
Yeah.
Now we're actually gonna have a place to put
Yeah.
it.
You
So
can
I'm
bring
like,
out all the
oh,
toys.
oh god, I'm geeking out, dude. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
If you don't mind me asking, how much are you guys going to be paying in rent? We're paying 2040 for this place. So,
So Seattle is going down right now. Like the prices are really, really dropped. Like the city is hurting a little bit. So the place that we're going to be moving to is 800. It's around 850 square feet, and it's right around 2,000 a month. So
okay.
it's two bedroom. So it's a two bedroom, big unit compared to what we're paying now. Like back when pre COVID, all this stuff. Um, our apartment now is like 550 square feet. It's a one bedroom, and that's how much we're paying now. So the equivalent, we're going to add a whole nother room. We're going to add 300 square feet, and we're going to pay the same price. So I think Seattle's hurting for their apartment. Their market is really not doing
Yeah.
too well. So
It's-
prices are dropping, which is
That's,
good, but
whenever I tell people how much I pay for rent, they're like blown out of their mind by it. But I'm like,
that's LA, man.
I came from San Francisco. It is so much worse
Oh yeah,
there.
yeah,
Like
that's true.
yeah, it was like 32.50 a month for me and my roommates for a place this size in San Fran.
How
Just
how many square feet are you in right now?
I think it's around like 970 or something.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
actually pretty big for
Dude,
two
there's
thousand.
it's so messed up though because like that includes the parking space.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it includes the parking space and then a two bedroom, two bath, so the extra bathroom was like an extra 120 a month. But this bathroom, it totally looks like they just took a two bathroom and like got rid of a toilet. Like there's two showers.
Wait, you have two showers
I have
in
two
your one?
showers. We just have boxes in one of them. Like that's where we put all the boxes from moving. Like we just stacked
Seriously?
them all up in
Wait,
there. Yeah.
you have two showers in your one bathroom?
One's like a bathtub shower, and
Huh?
then one's like a stand-in shower.
Oh
So the
yeah,
stand-in one, we just put
they
stuff in
totally
there.
knocked the wall down or something.
Yeah, totally. So
There's only one toilet,
yeah, there's the one toilet. Yeah,
one toilet, two showers. Sounds like you got two toilets to me.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. It's
That's
I don't care. Yeah, but
we
anyways, we're moving,
go ahead.
so it's like, um,
Yeah, and New Mexico is like that's good prices down there, right?
yeah. I mean, even Vegas, it seems like it's maybe like $100 a month more, but the apartments in Vegas are just a whole different. Like everything is just so much nicer there. So either
Yeah.
way, whichever one we go with, I think we're gonna be happy, and we're definitely gonna feel it financially for sure. Right now, it feels like I'm not comfortable You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like, it
Yeah.
feels
Oh, yeah.
like, especially being in this, like, career field, and
Mm,
not being consistent, you know?
yeah. Yeah. For
Um,
sure.
it's just it adds another layer of stress to everything that we don't like. So,
Yeah.
I'm just excited to be able to, like, try things without worrying that, like, if this doesn't do well, who
Yeah, you want
knows, you
stability,
know?
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you want stability, you wanna feel comfortable. So when are you moving? Like, do you guys have a date, like, "We're out this date?"
So, I we could honestly, if we really wanted to, we could move right now, but it would be stressful financially. Like, cause you know, you
For
gotta pay
sure.
for moving costs, you know, we got I she's a full-time student, technically unemployed. I don't have a technical job because I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
So that means that whatever apartment we move into, you know, even with the, like, you know, the good credit scores that we have, they might still be
Sh
like, "Hey, for you, because you don't have like a proof of income, gonna have to
Yeah.
put down like first and last month's rent or something."
Yeah.
So
Well, I think nowadays, you know, because that was a concern for me too,
yeah,
going
absolutely.
from a job that, I worked in hotels for 8 years, and I had built this resume, and I was doing my thing. I was in management. I was, and then gone. And now I'm sitting here like looking at applying for apartments. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
I'm a streamer, man. I'm not making consistent money,
yeah,
yet in any way, shape, or form. So it is. I totally understand that. It's kind of nerve wracking. Like, if I apply, are they just gonna say like, nah, like, you don't make enough money, like,
yeah.
peace out?
I mean,
But I think nowadays though, people understand that good people, like hardworking people, are in kind of a different situation now. Like, millions of people are just thrown into a situation that they could have never predicted, and apartments are losing people like crazy. So
yeah,
they're not really in a place to just deny people just to deny people,
yeah,
So unless you've been evicted like twice or like something crazy
yeah.
like that. So I
So
think
we're actually gonna break lease. Like, that's how bad we're trying to get out of here.
okay.
Because it's
You
a
get
10-month
paid to do
lease.
that though too.
Yeah, so we have 2 options. We can either go ahead and pay, 2 months rent, which is a
Mm,
lot, or
mm,
what we can do is they basically
yeah.
do it for up to 2 months. You pay basically up to the point where it takes for them to find somebody else to move in. And there's people who just moved out upstairs, and they're still looking for people, and it's been about a month, but it's an upstairs apartment. Uh, I think it might be a smaller one too. I can't remember, but we're downstairs. It's close to like all the, you know, nice stuff here at the
Yeah.
apartment complex. So I I, I think we're just gonna end up doing that, seeing how long it takes.
Yeah.
But either way, just in like the first year that we're living somewhere else, we're gonna make money, you know, because of the
For sure.
change of cost of living.
Oh, yeah,
So we're not worried about it. It's just, you know, to do it right now is stressful. And what I'm waiting on is uh California, the unemployment. They owe me like 9 grand right now, and I'm still waiting because
yeah. You're just gonna get that thrown into your account
yeah,
soon.
I was
Yeah.
adopted by my stepfather. So right now, what's holding my unemployment up is that I've had 2 different names. So when they bring up my
Oh,
social security number, 2 names come up. So they're
takes
like,
as long.
yeah, they're like
Dude,
6 to 8 weeks if we weren't in a pandemic. And I'm like, oh, great, you know?
dude. That's brutal. I fortunately, when I got furloughed, I was furloughed kind of right in the beginning because, working in hotels, we were the first ones to kind of see that big drop. We went from, 99% occupied to like 4% occupancy overnight. Like, everybody was flying back home, everybody was leaving, businesses were not traveling. So as soon as the hotel went from 99 to 4%, they just were like, everybody go home. We can't even afford to pay you. Um, so I luckily got unemployment kind of like right away. So I didn't have to wait.
Yeah,
But I saw this lady, we were at the grocery store. And we were buying groceries, and there was this older lady, and she was bagging. She was like, she was the checker. She was bagging our stuff, and she was
yeah,
kind of telling us that she was unemployed, and now she just had to get a job to pay anything because her unemployment still hadn't shown up at all, like even a little bit. She hadn't gotten anything, and I felt my heart just broke because I was like, lady, like, you should be like retiring. Like, you shouldn't be having to bag groceries and do all this stuff and hoping you get your unemployment. And we don't went, I was just heartbroken for this lady. So, dude, I feel for you, man. You're gonna get that, you're gonna get boom, and you're gonna be like,
yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah,
feel good.
I'm gonna be see ya. I'm peacing
Yeah,
out as soon as I get
yeah,
that card in the mail. Yeah, it's
yeah. That'll be.
it sucks having to wait on that because it's like, is this gonna happen? It's like we would like to move by Christmas,
Mm,
and I feel like it's not.
mm,
We've been waiting a while, so I feel like it's not too much to ask for. But the other thing
oh,
is um, like I said, if I were to get this job in Vegas, that would be a huge difference because it's like a 3.5 hour drive, whereas New Mexico is like a 12-hour drive. So
yeah.
there's just a lot up in the air right now.
Have you been to New Mexico much?
I've driven through a couple times cross country, and I stopped there to see a couple friends. So I've been in Albuquerque, which is where we would move to, and it
Mm,
reminds me a lot of my hometown. I'm from Arizona, so
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Where
same
whereabouts
vibes.
in whereabouts in Arizona, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Yuma, Arizona, right on the border
You
of Mexico and California,
right? Okay.
right there
All
in the
right.
crevice.
Yeah, I'm going down to Arizona in April to do a co-bachelor bachelorette party. It's
Okay.
gonna be sick. We're going to Scottsdale. It's gonna be awesome. We've rented
Uh,
this big old house, and hopefully, COVID permitting, it all works out, and we'll have a good time. But I'm ready for a vacation, man. We've been locked here in this, and now it's
yeah.
Seattle's turned to what cliche Seattle is. It's just cloudy, rainy, terrible weather. Uh, so we need to get out of here, man. We need to get some
Yeah.
sun.
I mean, so we're also planning though, like whenever I get that check, we're not just gonna like straight up pick a place to move. We're actually gonna drive to whichever one and search for one because it's the other thing is like I want to call and make sure like, hey, what kind of internet can I get? Because I don't want the same thing to happen here. Because I have two internets right now. I have Spectrum, which is a shared line. So anytime somebody gets on Netflix, it drops.
Uh,
And then there's AT&T, but the problem with AT&T is they only offer the one speed, and it's like 50 down, 10 up. So huge
that's
difference
terrible.
in speed, but it's not a shared line. So that's what I use for my streaming, but it's like it's only for that.
It's a 50 download and 10 upload.
Mhm.
Wow, dude,
Yeah.
that's so we I don't know if you're moving to where if we have Xfinity. I don't know if it's like Comcast Xfinity.
Yeah, I've had that
Uh,
before.
Yeah, and usually I've never had a good experience with it, but in this apartment, so I'm hoping in the next place we get good internet. We pay for like 500
Mhm.
download, and it just flies, man. All those freaking Call of Duty updates that come out that are 20 gigs. I'm just like,
Yeah.
phew, I'm
No
done
big
with them.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah, easy does it.
Um yeah, no, like there was I think it was the last season, maybe it was season 6. The when they updated that. Like I stayed up to download that and Stan Man was like and I was like, "Oh hell yeah." Like he was like, "Yeah, dude, get in here." And I didn't get to play with him. And I feel like it was a missed opportunity cuz nobody else was
Uh,
really on. It was late at night and it ended up taking like even with the other internet, I plugged in the faster one. I think it's like 400 down. It just did not want to like I feel like everybody in the complex must have been downloading that update or something and it just
and
totally
Monday
screwed me.
Monday night at 5, everyone's trying to watch The Bachelorette or something like that. Everyone's on that Netflix.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's definitely one thing I'll like research like all right, so this place, what kind of internet they got? Because if they don't have good internet, that's a deal breaker. So
Yeah. Yeah, especially for what you do,
yeah,
live streaming and all that stuff. It's very important. I didn't even think about asking that at my new place, but whatever.
well, you
Wait.
also want to make sure that you call ahead and be like, hey, like I want to schedule an appointment for like the day you get there or the day
Yeah,
after, because you
yeah.
don't want to be
Sure.
waiting for internet for like a week,
I'm
especially with the
wondering
way
if I
things
could
are.
just call because we're only moving like we're literally moving like 2 blocks away. It's like right there because we love our neighborhood that we live. We just didn't want to leave, so we're moving up the street. I'm wondering if I'll be able to just tell them like, hey, I want to change my address, but just keep everything and just move it
Yeah.
over.
Wait a minute, I feel bad. I feel like I spaced out somewhere. So you guys aren't moving to LA now?
No.
Oh, what? I totally missed that.
Yeah, that was
You must
yeah
have
at the
been thinking
beginning.
about lunch
So
or something.
so we were planning on moving to LA, but because LA is still a little bit like
Yeah.
we're huge gym rats. Like we're really big into fitness. So and gyms are now open in Seattle. And I know that they're not open in LA. I think maybe some small like CrossFit style gyms might be, but like the bigger gyms that we go to aren't open. and that was a huge deterrent for us on also that there's no we don't have family in LA. And if we still can't see people, then it's kind of a big
Yeah, I feel you.
we'd rather wait a little bit to go down there. So we need a bigger place because Tara works from home.
Mhm.
I work here. She has her job is way more important than mine. That's, I mean, honestly, like I'm streaming, but I'm very loud and very annoying. So she can't be taking like really important calls while I'm
Yeah.
screaming in Call of Duty because I just got killed in the gulag. You know what I mean? So we needed a place that's bigger. So this next place is up the street. It's so we've talked about how big it is, but it's gonna be great. So at least a
Yeah.
year, depending on what kind of job I get, depending on what kind of job she gets.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. This whole landscape of COVID, it's kind of made me want to redirect my focus on
Mhm.
my career. I did 8 years of hospitality and management, and I never thought I would be like much of an influencer. I never thought I'd be.
Yeah.
I don't really like that word influencer, but I never really
Yeah,
thought that I would
it's
be much of like a creator. And I've like absolutely fallen in love with like learning how to edit videos and make and just being creative. It's been so much fun. So I would love to stick with this kind of business. So it's kind of tough because I need to make money. And 8 years of my life was spent in this career, and that's my resume is dedicated to this.
yeah.
But if I go back to it, then I probably have to sacrifice a lot of the time to this, which is a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, if you'd asked me like 6 months ago, like what I thought I'd be doing, I would not think I'd be doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much can change that fast.
Well, we have to be
Um,
creative. You
yeah.
people like you and people like me with the ability to be creative and to do something like this. That's like your survival tactic. Like everything's shut down. What are you going to do? You're going to find another way to fulfill yourself and to make money and to do all that. And that's exactly what you've done. So you know
Yeah.
like I said in the beginning, you never know what door is going to open up. You don't
Yeah.
necessarily need to walk through it, but you can poke your head in and you can see if it looks good. And then if you want to go through it, you can. So right now, I'm kind of in that phase, like my head is
Feeling
in
things
this
out,
screen
yeah.
door, and I'm just like, maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go in. Maybe I won't. But
Yeah. Well, either way, as long as you're happy, I think that's what matters, you know? Like I wonder if I would be as happy as I am if I was working on a set, getting
yeah,
coffee for people and stuff, but
for sure. I know for a fact I would not be as happy if I was back in a hotel because I was in doing management. I was basically an adult babysitter. Like that's like that was like my joke was like we're just making sure that you're happy and making sure that you're not going to freak out on us. So and in
yeah.
management I just dealt with all the problems. So
Yeah,
if nobody
exactly.
came to me when they were really happy. They came to
Mm-mm.
me when they were pissed off about something. So
Yeah.
yeah, streaming is definitely way more fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's that was a big reason why I got out of the military though. Like I enjoyed what I was doing to an extent, but I just felt like I wasn't as happy as I was like when I first got in. Like the job satisfaction was kind of going away.
For
Cuz
sure.
I mean, I don't know how much you know, but I did search and rescue. So I mean like saving lives like
Yeah.
it's a
I
big
think
thing,
I saw something.
to be a part
I think
of.
I saw one of your TikToks of you. I think somebody asked what you did.
Mhm.
And it was like you in a helicopter, like doing
Yeah.
crazy stuff. Like, dude, that's sick. I mean, that's intense. Like, that's a high stress job for sure.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately though, the way that the Coast Guard works is it's a smaller service, so it requires more of you than I'm not trying to say it's better than any other branch because I know people might take that the wrong way. I just feel
Yeah.
like my responsibility. They always used to joke like in the Navy it would take like 4 people to fill my shoes because I was a
Right.
mechanic. Like I didn't just do like tires or hydraulics or I did
Right.
everything except
Right.
electrical. I didn't mess with that. So
Yeah.
there was electricians, but I did that, and then we flew too. So like it took me like a year, just over a year, to get qualified to do search and rescue. And yeah, that I mean, it was. I saw people like fail at it. It was not like it was easy to do or anything, but the fact that I had to do so much, but then I was getting paid the same as other people who are Like I had a buddy who got out of the army recently. He was just waving metal detectors under cars as military police. You know, like he hated it, but super easy. He's getting paid the same as me.
Yeah,
So
that's that's kind of, well, yeah, there's a flaw there, definitely.
yeah, I mean, not to talk bad about it or anything at all. I felt like for me the stress was not worth it
Yeah,
anymore. You know,
yeah.
so I felt like I needed to change. And fortunately, I did get to do a lot of search and rescue because I knew people that were getting ready to retire, 20 years, never had one case, and so like I felt very fortunate. Um,
That you
and yeah,
actually got
just felt right. Yeah,
sick.
yeah. No,
Wow, that's
all
cool.
kinds of crazy stuff, man. Like people's boats sinking, the shark attack victims,
Wow.
people that they're people like just hitting their head, being out in the middle of nowhere with their jet ski, like just random
Jeez,
stuff,
dude.
man.
That's crazy. And you had all of that, and there were people who did it for 20 years and never got anything.
Hmm. Yeah.
Jeez, dude. Good for
I
you,
mean,
man.
it's all luck, man. I mean, it
Yeah.
was just
You're a hero.
what happened that night,
You're a freaking
But
hero, dude.
thanks, man. I the way I look at this stuff though is like I still get that same kind of like people come into my streams and are like, dude, like it sounds sappy and silly to say that, but like, it just happened yesterday. Like somebody came in and was like, "Hey man, like I was gonna commit suicide,
Mm,
but then I stumbled upon your stuff and like it made me feel like I can do whatever I set my mind to. Like it just changed their mindset and stuff, and I'm just like, dude,
yeah, yeah. I've had a couple of messages like that in my time streaming, and it really makes it, and even when I don't have big numbers at all, and I think that it was a terrible stream, and I have somebody message me saying, "Hey, you mentioned this during your stream, and that totally changed my day around. I have been suffering with depression and this, that, and other," and
yeah,
I'm like, wow, really? Like, maybe this is like, there's a bigger purpose than like just being funny and goofy and stupid. It's like you can actually, with the platform you have here, you actually can help, and you actually can provide something other than just a laugh for somebody, whether it be big or small. This is you got to use it wisely. That's why it's like those, you were talking about the guy who um preaches, brings people in, talks about stuff like
yeah,
that. Like, I think it's good for him. She's trying to use the platform for what he believes to be something good. um I think that's a risky one, but
yeah,
um
definitely,
yeah, but it's along that line. Like, I think just being a good person, being genuine, being yourself, like that's gonna impact people in a positive way for sure.
yeah. I think so. There's a lot of things that I've thought of, been thinking about lately, and I mean it's a podcast, so I feel like we can just talk about it. I want to get your 2 cents on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, like you were saying, like the word influencer is kind of like I feel the same way about it. It doesn't feel right saying that, but you got to
Mhm.
think about it. Like whatever you do or say, like that, people take your opinion and it affects them, And so like, yeah, it's made me think more and more. Every time I post something, I'm like, all right, am I being genuine? Do I feel like maybe this is gonna come across the wrong way? I mean, I've learned through mistakes that stuff can come out, the wrong way, and then
Right.
that's a rabbit hole. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you gotta like I tell people all the time because like it's streaming hard. I'm like, I don't think it's the streaming that's hard. I think it's the fact that you're still a human being that has human being, the same problems everybody else does, but then you're doing all this stuff on top of it
Right.
because not everybody's gonna like who you are.
Yeah, yeah, for
And
sure.
that's something you got to come to terms with. Every little
Yeah.
flaw you have, people are gonna poke fun at it. But I get made
Mhm.
fun of for my height all the time,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
constantly.
And um that's kind of what my that when I said it earlier in this podcast was, I want my stream to make fun of me. Like, bring it.
Yeah,
Give me everything you got. Let's see how hard. Let's see how much you can crush him. Like, bring it. Like, actually say it. I want to hear what you got to say about me, because I don't take myself very seriously. Like, I'm a goofy dude. Like, I'm just here to have fun, to be goofy. I'm very secure and very confident in the person that I am. I love, what I've become in my life. And if you want to make fun of me, then whatever. I could really care less. But you're right. Is streaming hard? I think that there are parts about it that are difficult for sure. I think it's more mentally difficult than it
Yeah.
is to actually turn the stream on and just play video games. Like in a nutshell, that's what you're doing. You're turning it on, you're playing video games, and you're talking. But to bring energy, to have conversations, to be aware of what you're reading. People type things in the chat that slip through, and it'll be something completely inappropriate. And in my mind, me being the freaking idiot that I am sometimes, I read out loud before I read in my mind. And I'll read it and I'll say this thing and I'll be like, oh, I can't believe I just said that, you know? And it's like, that to me is the hardest part about streaming. It's not the actual turning it on and doing it.
Yeah.
It's the mental fatigue of like being aware of everything that you're doing, you know, the whole stream. Because you
Yeah.
could be super lax and super, you know, but whatever, and you're probably not going to see the growth that you want. But
Yeah, I've seen Big Rob hit on it a lot that people are like, "Oh, you're just playing games," but it is so much more than that, you know?
totally,
So
yeah,
much
totally.
more. I mean,
I
go
go
ahead.
no, go ahead.
N
No, you go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
Um, like, so there was and I don't know how much you experienced it, 'cause it's there's some people I feel like it didn't really affect, um, but when everybody went back to school, or at least, like, the first wave of people going back to school and people going back to work, things starting to open up again, like, Ninja came back, stuff it just seemed like everything kinda happened at once. I know myself and some other, like, other streamers that I'm friends with, we all experienced, like, a huge drop because it was like, people just they don't have the time that they did during the shutdown and everything.
Yeah.
Um, when that happened, I had that thought go through my head. I was like, should I get a job? Like, is this, do I need to make this a hobby now? I had just said that like I felt like I could go full time with it, and then that gave me some doubt. And one of the things that kept me going, and I was like, there's so many people watching me now. I mean, not that many. You know what I mean? I feel
Right.
like it's relative, but like the amount of people that are watching me now, if I give up, how many people are going to give up because I do?
For sure.
Or doubt themselves, and that was just it was heavy, man. It hit me hard. I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta push through this, not just for myself, but for other people that look up to me.
Yeah. So I haven't, luckily I didn't really see a dip. I I think what happened for my growth is it kind of plateaued. Like
Hmm.
it was growing, and then when everyone kind of went back, it just kind of month to month, it just kind of stayed the same. So I haven't seen that jump again. So I haven't seen too much of that, but I when this whole thing started, I had a huge influx of subs to the channel. Like out of nowhere, people were just subbing to my channel,
Yeah.
like 10, 15, 20 subs. And I was just like, what is going on? I got just under 1,000 subs in my first month. And I was just like, what the hell is happening? Like, this is absolutely crazy. And I was like, hey, this is pretty easy. This is my first month and I got 1,000 subs. Like, this is great. And then, of course, it didn't last and it's going down. And, now my subs are, I don't push for subs. I don't ask for subs. I don't do subathons. I don't do anything like that. That's just, I want to just build an organic community that way. But something that I've always lived by, is to outlast the quitters. I think that there are always going to be those people that are going to quit. There's always going to be those people that give up or they think that it's time. And whether you turn this into from a full-time job to a hobby is different than just quitting completely. you know um, I have had friends that completely just stopped streaming and
Hmm.
they were in my channel every day and I was in their channel and I was supporting them and I was saying hi and then they just quit because they weren't getting the amount of subs that they thought they were going to get. Their follower count wasn't growing as fast as they thought it was. All these things and they quit. So my biggest like thing is I'm going to outlast every single quitter and I'm going to continue to grow at whatever pace I'm meant to grow at. Um, I see people like, you see the XQCs, you see the Gold Gloves, you see the Syndicate, you see all these streamers. They were, Syndicate. I don't know if you know who Syndicate is.
Hmm.
He's yeah, so he was the most followed streamer on Twitch at one point. He was the most sub streamer, the most followed. He had the most views on Twitch at one point, and now he's he's been replaced. He's been replaced by new people. He's been replaced by the Mizkivs and the Asmongold's and these people. I've always thought that Tim the Tatman's not going to be at the top forever. Nick Merckx is not going to be at the top forever. I mean, maybe they will be up there, but new people are going to continue to rise. New people are going to continue to grow. So why not me? You know, why not you? Why not Big Rob? Why not Bad Bear? Why not? You know, you keep grinding, you keep doing your thing, you're gonna get there. So I've always just been like, I'm not gonna stop. You know, I'm having too much fun to stop at this point anyway. So
Yeah. I just feel like if I had, like I said, if I had to put this on the back burner, I feel like it would just it'd break my heart, man. I put so
for
much time
sure,
and effort into it, you know.
for
It's
sure, and
just
that it breaks my heart to think about having to get like a job because I love my 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. like shift that I do. I love that time, and if I get a job, you know, I'm gonna have to. I'm probably going to have to shift my hours around, and I don't know what that's going to do to my community and what that's going to do to my viewership. And maybe it'll be a good thing. Maybe I'll gain more people because I'm reaching a different audience. But
mhm.
it breaks my heart to think that I even got to shift it even a little bit, man. That's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling. I mean, like I said, when I was thinking about it, I was just like, I don't know. Like I told the girlfriend, I was what do we do? And then that's when we started looking into moving, you know.
Yeah.
So
How do you feel about like things like subathons and things like that? Like, what's your feel on those?
so there's a lot of things like wish lists, stuff like that, where I'm still kind of on the fence. People ask me to make a wish list, but I feel like it's just kind of weird. Like I feel like I can understand how like with a wish list, some people have the mindset where it's like, hey, I can buy this thing and actually send it to them. I know where that money's going. Whereas other
Mm,
people, you know, like they'll just donate. It's no big deal, you know. They don't care whether they use that money on streaming stuff or beer, you know. It's you
right.
know. Um, but, like, with the subathon thing, the one thing that's held me back is right now being in the, you know, the single bedroom. My buddy Instigator ended up doing a 48-hour stream because of the subathon.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I can't do that with the way we have things set up right now, so I don't wanna start anything like that yet. Um,
Yeah.
you know.
I've been too worried to do something like. I guess not worried. It's not the right word. I just feel I don't want to come off as disingenuous. You know, like I want to be the guy who I just want to stream and I want that to be the content that I don't want you to feel like you have to give me money in order for me to keep streaming. You know what I mean? Like if you want to sub or you want to donate or
Yeah.
you want to do something, do it out of your own goodwill because you like the content. Don't feel like you have to do it in order to appease me. You know what I mean? Like that's like something that I struggle with because obviously I want to make money, but I just don't want to do it in a way that comes off as like greedy or kind of sleazy. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm on the same page. That's why I've I've thought about it. I've juggled the idea around, but I haven't pulled the trigger. 'Cause, like, I know I'd have right now, I would have to set a time limit, but then the other thing is, yeah, like, people can tell when somebody's doing it for the money or if somebody's doing it because they're really passionate about it and they, you know, they just wanna have a good time and help people, so,
yeah,
yeah, if that's
I
something you
feel
wanna do, don't do it, you
I
know?
feel that I feel that way a little bit about charity streams too. Like I love charity and I want to be able to do something like that for charity, but uh, I don't want to do a charity stream and have somebody think that I don't care about the charity and I'm only doing it because I want your views. You know, I want this. Like I
Yeah.
it's a slippery slope to get down with something like that. But um, I don't know. You just want to be genuine with what you do, right?
Yeah, that's I'm very specific about the charities that I pick too, because it's like it has to be something that I really care about
For
because I
sure.
you know, if I'm doing a charity stream for some random thing, like, when people ask about it, you know, what the foundation is, like, there's a difference between somebody, like, explaining, like, "Yeah, like, I've had a family member who went through this or that," you know, or if somebody's
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, it's a good cause," you know? Like, it's just there's a
For
difference
sure.
there, so,
Yeah, you got to know what you're actually going towards. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, sure.
So, yeah, charity streams are like, I at first, I was like, "Yeah, I wanna do one, like, every month," but then I was like, "I don't know, man," like, I feel like if you do one every month, it's just not they're not as special, you know? Then it
For
does
sure.
start to seem like you're just kinda making it a schedule, and it's like it's you know yeah.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
totally get you.
Yeah, I have a charity stream. I'm actually doing one, but it's not one that I've organized. I've been asked to be a part of one for um, the children's hospital. It's for my buddy in the UK is doing it. He asked me to be a part of it. So that to me that was different because I'm not organizing it. I'm just doing it, and we're just gonna go like that.
Yeah.
I had proving our apartment is so small.
um, yeah, we can move on to something a little happier if you want. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
you were
yeah, for
you were
sure.
talking about Star Wars.
Oh yeah, dude.
How'd you
Let
like
me,
that Mandalorian episode?
dude. I haven't seen it yet. Don't
What?
don't think I'm like the worst Star Wars fan ever. I haven't
Call
seen it
yourself a
yet.
Star Wars
We've
fan.
we've been so busy that I haven't been able to watch it yet. But I'm planning on watching it tonight. So I haven't seen it, but The Mandalorian is damn did they do a good job with season one.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for more. So you know what? You could ask me what my favorite Star Wars movie of all time is, and like I love them all. Star Wars content to me is Star Wars content. Like I want it all. Give me more. I want it. I want
Yeah.
it. I want it. Bring it in, dude. I
I
love it.
mean,
Are you big Star Wars fan?
I'm not like a diehard one, but I'm definitely like into it. I grew up with it. You know, people ask me what people have been asking lately too because of Mandalorian, like what my favorite Star Wars movie is, and I'm
Huh.
like, I definitely think that like the best one, like they just nailed it, was obviously Empire Strikes Back,
Mm,
but
yeah,
that didn't have the same impact that Revenge of the Sith had on me. Like I remember
for sure.
going to the movie theater with my little light up spoon,
Yeah.
and
Oh
going to watch
yeah.
that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
so
those spoons, dude. I was like, I think I had one for a while. I think maybe I threw it away, or maybe Tara threw it away, or something like that, because it was all gross and grimy. But I had one. I had for a long time.
yeah. Yeah,
I
so
think for me, I loved A New Hope because that was the first one I ever saw as a kid. Like that
mhm.
was so it's like nostalgia for me. I see A New Hope and I watch like young Luke and I go through all this stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, Star Wars gets me going.
Yeah, it's
Did you
did I what?
did you play the new
Squadrons?
no that
I didn't
I
even
did
touch
not
it. I was not
it's
like
it was not good. It was not good. Not
Jet
Force Awakens.
Jedi Fallen
Oh my
Order.
god, Fallen Order. Did you play that?
I started it and I felt like I had just missed like that wave where like everybody was playing it. So one of these days.
It's
Like
so good. It's so good. Like
that
not even if it's Star Wars related, like the gameplay, the story,
mhm.
like it's freaking awesome. It's such
Yeah,
a good game.
I think I played like the first two missions or the first two levels and I was like, yeah, this is good. They did a good job.
Yeah.
So I think I'll wait for like the next one because I know they're making another one, right? I'll wait for
Yeah.
that one, and when that's like about to come out, I'll go ahead and play the other one. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
I
you're
think
gonna
that's the way to
freaking
do
love
it.
it, dude. It's so good.
There's a
Um,
there's a couple games like Red Dead Redemption 2. Never played that. You
yeah, that's a
know,
good one. I never
and
finished it, but I got pretty far in it. That's a fun one too.
yeah,
There's so
there's
much to do. So much to do in those kind of games, man.
yeah,
You get lost.
yeah. The amount of detail they put into games like that is just. I mean that's why there's still so many people playing Grand Theft Auto. You know,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah, it's a
just.
never-ending game. Did you see the video on I don't know if it was a TikTok or if it was a YouTube or what, but when Red Dead Redemption 2 first came out, they actually got some flack for this. Like the game actually got some trouble. They somebody like hog-tied a woman. It was a woman doing something for like women's rights in the city, and they hog-tied her, put her on,
Oh,
and they threw her and fed her to the alligators. And it got like it actually became like, wow, you can do this in this game. Like this is super messed up, and people were like about it. It was so funny. It was hysterical.
yeah, no, I've seen TikToks where like and you're like, seriously, this has like 50,000 likes. You know,
Yeah,
it's one of
yeah.
those where like I'm scrolling through and it's just like them standing there with a shotgun and this old lady sitting in a chair and she's like, "You're gonna try and rob me, huh?" And just blows her head off. I was like, "Oh my god, dude,
It's the game is brutal, man.
ruthless." Yeah.
Yeah, the game is absolutely brutal. There's a scene. There's like a part in the game where it's like it's I don't know if it's like an Easter egg, but you can find this house, and it's kind of like what is the name of the movie? It's It's the ding 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 ding. You know that? Ding, 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 ding,
Um,
ding, ding, ding. It's like the hillbillies, and they're
yeah, I
like
don't
eating
know.
people. God, what is
Wanted to
that?
say
What is that movie called?
Defiance, but I don't know if that's it.
Oh, no, it's not. It's close to that.
I can't think of it. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's like a house in the game that is basically that, I think. And if you go into it, they end up like drugging you in the game, and then you like wake up outside the house, and you're like, you're just supposed to assume what happened to you in the game. It's like it's the most crazy stuff ever, dude. The game has so many little messed up things.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get asked to play Grand Theft Auto all the time, but I think I'm more into like Red Dead for me.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto's
Um,
fun. I've played it a couple times on stream. It's fun. It's actually really really fun if you get a group of people to do the like custom made like mini games in there.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
can be really 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 funny.
Well, I saw that they were just. I think the reason people were talking about it is because they just added some like alien invasion thing or something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I haven't.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, they keep doing. The last time I played Grand Theft Auto, I think was when they added the casino stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly the last time I played it too.
I was totally like hacking the horse races because like you could basically like time it and stuff. You know,
Just
but
making millions, buying
yeah,
cars. Yeah, yeah. My buddy had. I don't know if he bought his money in the game, like because you can like spend real money to buy it. But he had like his own casino. It was like his casino or his penthouse or something like that. And it was so whenever we played that on stream, he'd be like, "Come on over to my place. You can take whatever car you want. You can just freaking rip around on stream." And I'm like,
just
"Okay,
got
sick."
unlimited money. Yeah,
Yeah, this is sick.
that's time consuming. You know.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, totally. I don't have that kind of time. I mean, I unfortunately I don't stream too much, or I don't game a ton off stream. Um, and playing games off stream is so different than playing games on stream, man. It's
yeah.
it's totally different.
Yeah, no, I get asked. Some people are like, "Hey, can we play offline?" And I'm like, if you, in all honesty, like this is like the only time I really game right now. Like,
Yeah,
I would like that to change at some point, but just it's just me. Like, that's the dream, right? Is to be able to hire a couple people to help you with all this stuff, you know,
right.
an
Yeah.
editor and stuff like that.
Make the YouTube videos for you, all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
man, YouTube is one of those things where it's like there's so much I want to do, but it's just so little time. I
Dude,
would be cranking out 2 videos a day if I could.
yeah, YouTube is I only recently started learning how to edit, and I'm having so much fun doing it. But in order for me to make a YouTube video, it takes me like hours, and I'm just like, I don't think that this is a good use of my time.
Yeah.
I could if I spend just in TikTok, YouTube, the weight. Okay, if I spend 30 minutes just tinkering, making a funny TikTok, posting it, and that gets like 1,000 views or like more, or I spend 4 hours making a YouTube video and it gets like 50 views, I'm just like, okay, what's a better use of my time at this point?
Yeah, exactly. I felt like that for a while. But I feel like TikTok, I've gotten to a point where like I have a schedule and like as long
Mm,
as like I said, my biggest problem is like I'll stay up really late and then I get up and I'm like, damn, it's already 10 o'clock. Like I'm
mm,
supposed to stream in like 4 or 5 hours, and
yeah.
I got stuff to do besides just TikTok. So there's days where I crank out like 4 TikToks and there's days where I only put out like one or two. And then days like today where I don't know if my other one's gonna get like if I'm gonna have to repost it or not.
How do
But
you when you're thinking of your TikTok stuff, like what's your inspiration for a lot of those videos that you make?
I'm very I at first I was like, all right, TikTok's pretty simple. You just like, you go on the For You page, look at a couple TikToks, get kind of an idea of like what the trend is right now, and then you try to do something like that. But then I had a TikTok that I made that was very like copy and paste, and I just the backlash from that one because clicks, I don't know if you know that streamer. He watched it on his Twitch, and so like 1,000 of his viewers just went over and was like, "Hey, you copied so and so," and it blew up. And that was when I like had like my biggest peak. I started one stream up and I had like 623 people watching. And I was just like, "Holy crap!"
Jeez.
But that TikTok, like just the like all the comments were just hate comments, And so
On yours.
ever since then, but I mean, it has like, I think it's still getting views. Like it's still at like 1.5 million or something, you know. And it's
Wow.
just, yeah, but nothing but hate comments. Crap ton of likes, like people that just liked it and kept going, you know. But yeah, the amount of hate comments I got for that, I made a video. I was like, hey, like, sorry, dude, like this was a little too close to your thing. I think I'm just gonna try and make more original content. You know, like message received. And so ever
Yeah.
since then, I've kind of done the opposite. Like I'll see what people are doing, and I'm like, I want to do something different than that. You know,
Right.
like maybe something that has like a little part of inspiration from it. Like, okay, it's about this. This is what's trending right now. People are talking about Fall Guys. You know,
Right.
but yeah, no, I like anytime that I get accused of copying somebody now, I'm like, dude, it must be great minds think alike because I swear I am not, you know. But I mean, the downside of doing stuff like that though is like, you know, it is playing it safe by like, you know, making things very similar to what's trending and getting views.
Yeah.
But I would much rather be the person that somebody's like, hey, that guy deserves credit. Like I deserve credit because I started something, you know? Not that I care.
Sure.
I do not care about credit on TikTok. I'm sorry, but it is getting out of control. It's like the you know, people call the copy police on you now you know, at copy police or something like that, or stolen idea, or you know, people literally
Yeah.
just. I swear, there's people make accounts just to go like tell people, hey, you copied so and so, but
It's like, but there's so many people, and like you said, it's so oversaturated that even if you're not
somebody's gonna
intending,
come up with
even if
something
yeah,
similar, you know?
somebody's got to have the same idea somewhere, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, I've learned a lot by trying to do things differently. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into it, but I made a TikTok not too long ago that didn't get taken the way that I thought it would, and that was a big that kind of steered me in a different direction. I think.
Mm.
I think, like I said, I got bullied a lot in school and stuff, and so like with the people were really starting to hit on me about my height and stuff all of a sudden, and so I was like, I need to like be a little more tough, you know. And then I make one TikTok that's a little too harsh, and then like everybody thinks I'm a an asshole. So it definitely made me like, you know, rethink where I was going with things. And so now I'm just kind of, I don't know. There's days like yesterday where I just, like I said, I woke up and I was like, man, it is 10 o'clock. I have no ideas for TikToks. And I mean, I felt like my community felt it. I was on like a good wave, and then yesterday TikToks just not do as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm still waiting for that one to kind of click and be like, okay, that one worked. Now I can kind of build off of
Hmm.
what I think is working. Um, I know I don't post. I think I don't post enough on TikTok. I probably post like one or two a day. Um, and I watch these videos on YouTube, and it's like you need to be posting 5 to 7 times a day. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't think of 7 freaking TikToks to make that are gonna be good. Like that I am going to be proud of. Like they're going to be absolutely garbage if I post 7 TikToks a day. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching those videos forever, and they're just like, well, just so you know, not all of them have to be like, you know, original. You can just copy a trend, or you can repost. I hate
Right.
reposting. I finally just stopped doing it because people just, hey, repost. Hey, yo, he's
Yeah.
posting the same thing again. And I'm just like, damn it, can't get away with
Like,
nothing.
yeah, at your level, they definitely would see
Yeah.
something. But for me, that nobody would have any idea.
I mean, I go to some big accounts and like you click their profile to like, you know, see what else they make, and it's like they just post the same TikToks like 6 times.
Wow.
So I don't know. I guess it works for some people, but
And there's no
it's not
backlash
for
for,
me.
or there's nothing like that's negatively going to impact your TikTok, like your algorithm if you're just reposting your same stuff.
I mean, it was. I guess it's the same mindset I had when I had that bad TikTok, where I got, you know, everybody was just like, "Hey, you copied so and so." Yeah, there was 1,000 comments telling, or you know, 1,500 comments or whatever it was, telling me that I you know messed up and copied this person, but there was 30 or 50,000 people that liked it or something like that. So it's like it's
Hey,
all
you know
about
what?
how
Bad. What do
much you
they say?
take it, you know. Ain't
Bad
no such
publicity is better than no publicity, or something like that.
Yeah, ain't no such thing as bad publicity or something. Yeah, I don't. That's what Corpy told me. He's like, "Hey man, that's just that many more people that saw your thing, you know?" Because it did. It blew up more because everybody was commenting on it. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, but you definitely don't want to be making. Because I know people who do that. They just make controversial stuff because they know that it'll blow up because of that. But then everybody just it's all trolls. You don't want that
Yeah,
community.
everybody hates you. Yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
that. Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, I don't know. I see people get butthurt about really weird things, so you never know. Like,
for sure. People are soft, man.
dude, my buddy, I don't know if you know Johnsy. You might know him because he's Australian, so he kind of sticks out a little bit. Um,
Sounds very familiar.
so he made a TikTok that was he had made one where it was like his dad telling him like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? He's like, I want a PS5. And so like the dad goes out into the shed, pulls out some tools, he's all banging out stuff, and all of a sudden it's just a PS2 and a PS3 taped together or something. And then he's just like, oh, like, well, he made one. Somebody was like, do the Xbox. So he did the Xbox and it was just a trash can. And people were so butthurt. Like it was the same thing. It was like, cancel this dude.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's
so like that, I mean, I just saw Bad Bear. I can't remember what he he said. I don't even remember what it was about. That's how silly it was. He posted something and I saw him post on Twitter. He's like, I guess people, if you put it on the internet, like you gotta be able to take it. People are gonna make fun of it or whatever.
mhm.
Um, but I think it might have. I don't remember what it was. I know Big Rob did one where it was like, I've never seen anybody switch from PC back to console. And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Bad Bear, yeah, but I don't think it was that. I think it was Bad Bear like calling somebody out or uh, going back and forth with somebody who was being hateful or something. But
Yeah.
like, you just never know. Like, people, you never know how people are gonna perceive things.
For sure. Yeah.
So
I mean, everybody has a different mindset. Everyone grew up a little bit differently. You never know what's going to trigger somebody.
yeah.
I a couple months ago got my first ever like hate. Like I'd never been hated on before, really. Like, I've been teased and my community trolls on me, but I had actually somebody like formulate a tweet that was like just pure hate. And I was just like, all about me. And I was just kind of like, huh, it really like struck a chord with me because I'm pretty like honest about myself and stream and all this stuff, and it was all this negative stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I was kind of like, that sucked, like I wasn't expecting that. But you're right, like if you're gonna be on the internet and you're gonna be putting yourself out there, you got to kind of let that stuff just bounce off you.
Yeah. I mean, people get butthurt about stuff, and then the way I look at it is, if you're putting it on the internet, it's free game. Anybody can
Yeah.
say whatever they want about it, just like make your TikToks
Yep.
formulating your opinion or making whatever it is, based off of your beliefs and feelings.
Yep.
So I guess I don't know. It's just when I post TikToks, no matter how little of a thing it is, if I'm like, you know what, will this make me seem like like can this be perceived the wrong way? I
Yeah.
won't post it because I don't want to chance it anymore. That's just
Right.
of the
I mean, it's safe for sure.
I think the thing that irked me the most about the thing that happened last was that people were like, oh, like, so he showed his true colors, and it's like,
Mm,
I haven't changed anything. It's just you only see the girlfriend TikToks or only the G Fuel ones or this and that because those are the ones that pop off for some reason. But
right.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's kind of how it was for me too. It's like, you see Tanblan's true colors, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm
yeah,
exactly the person that I am on stream as I am on. Like, this is it. This is what you get, man.
yeah,
Take it or leave it. Love me or hate me. I could care less, really.
yeah. I mean, the other thing is we're all human. Everybody makes mistakes.
For sure.
Not
Yeah.
everything is gonna be a win. You know,
Yeah.
if it was,
Dude,
everybody would be great at everything.
speaking of wins, this is off topic. I saw your Halloween costume, your Joker costume. Dude, freaking awesome. You did such a
Yeah,
good
I,
job.
I I went all out. My girlfriend, I mean, she's going to school for cosmetology, so I was like, babe, you should do my makeup, and so she did it, and it turned out really well. I was pretty happy
Dude,
with it.
it was so good. It was so funny, especially because I came into the stream like just to like
Yeah,
see kind of what was going on because I saw the little thumbnail and I was like, what the frick?
yeah, you just see me dressed up. Yeah,
Clicked in and you're just sitting there. I was like, this is amazing. And then I saw your TikTok and you were like putting the jacket on and stuff, and I was like, this is too good, dude. It was so
yeah,
good.
yeah. People were like, he looks like a 12-year-old. I was just like, sweet.
No,
Yeah,
dude, you pulled that off, dude. It was freaking great.
thanks, man.
Yeah, we
I don't know how I'm gonna top it next year. I have no idea what to be next year.
gotta think
So
about it, dude. You gotta start thinking now. Yeah, we did the Fifth Element. Have you seen that movie?
I've never seen it, but I know what it is. So like I
Oh
know the
gosh, you gotta
costumes and
see it.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, very, very, very awesome sci-fi kind of movie. We did that, so my fiance was like the main character with the orange hair, and I was Bruce Willis, and my sister was like the flight attendant. It was pretty good. It was fun when because it doesn't really hit with the younger crowd anymore because it was like an early '90s like sci-fi movie that doesn't really get around anymore. But when we were
Yeah.
walking down the street, you'd hear that person from down the road like Fifth Element, and we were like, yeah, like they got it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. I told my girlfriend I was like, like I was for once actually excited about dressing up for Halloween. Like when I was in the military, they would always do stuff, and it was like you kind of felt like you should do something just to participate, you know. But it was like, nah. This year, I was like, I knew right away what I wanted to be, and so like I was like, yeah, let's do it, you know. And
You
I
were like
told her
old
too, you
school
know.
Joker too. You weren't like new age Joker. Like you were,
Well,
or actually, I guess you
I
were
was the
the
Joaquin Phoenix one, yeah, like the newest
right.
one,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But I,
I was just like, imagine if it had been the year that that came out. I think that would have even been crazier, you know.
yeah,
But no, it was definitely one of like the most viewed streams I've done. I think people just stopped by out of curiosity, see what was going on.
yeah. That
So
was a good one. Yeah, you killed it. That was definitely a W on your end. That was good.
thanks, man.
Yeah, yeah. We did Wayne's World the year before, and that
That's a
one
good
went
one.
over. Yeah, that one went over pretty well. So Tara she didn't even need to get a wig. She just like messed up her hair, and she was Garth, and I was Wayne, and that one was pretty funny.
Yeah, I feel bad, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's messed up." My girlfriend, she finally watched Game of Thrones, and so little man was a dragon this year, so she's like, "I want to be the mother of dragons," and I was like I feel like I might have discouraged her a little bit, so she didn't go all out, especially because of COVID and stuff. She was like, "Eh, nobody's gonna see it," you know.
Yeah,
Um, but like everybody's like, "Why isn't she dressed up?" And I was like, "Oh, because she's she was the mother of dragons this year, but she just had like a T-shirt, you know, like she just didn't go into it, so."
oh,
Um, so,
missed.
but
Yeah, missed opportunity there.
yeah, well, everybody's like, she should have been Harley Quinn, and I was like, yeah, but I mean, I know that, and I don't care. This is a podcast. We're gonna get deep.
Right.
I don't think I've really said anything about it, but I know because obviously she was married, right, and then she got divorced. That's where
Mm,
Little Man's from.
right.
But I know because I think I saw it pop up or something as like a memory or something of hers. But I know that her and her ex husband were like Joker and Harley Quinn one year, so I didn't want to ask her to be it. You know,
For sure. Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
that's good awareness on your end
yeah,
that's I think that's like that's anticipating feelings
yeah,
in that since that's probably a good call just to not even push for that thing.
yeah.
But
So I felt bad because like some people were asking her like, why didn't you dress up as Harley Quinn? And I'm just like, I didn't want to say anything, you know. But
you want to
she was like,
push
I'm
it.
Harley Quinn before she went crazy. And I'm like, okay, there you go, you know.
That's a great response.
Yeah,
That's you guys have a really awesome dynamic on stream when you guys are hanging out together, and even on your on your TikToks when she's like whipping G Fuel at your head and
yeah.
stuff like that. You guys have a pretty good dynamic. How long have you guys been together?
So we dated in high school,
Oh,
for a couple years. We met at church camp, but she lived over here in California and I lived in Arizona, so it was like a long distance thing.
mm,
And then her parents got a divorce, so she moved in with us. My parents were like, "Come stay with us," because things were just not good, you know. And so she stayed with us for a little while, and then her sister got sick with cancer, and I was going to boot camp, and we just kind of went separate ways. And then 6 years went by. She had gotten married, had the kid. Things didn't work out with that marriage, and I was getting out of the military and deciding to move to LA, which is very close. And so things just kind of clicked, you know, and here we are.
that's
So
nice. So yeah, you guys have had, dude. Long distance is tough, man. I
yeah,
did long, I did long distance with Tara. So we've been together for 10 years. I
damn,
did
okay,
long distance with her for 4 years when she was in college. I was here in Seattle and she went to school in California. So we did that long distance thing for 4 years. Brutal, like super tough. It's possible, but damn, is it freaking hard.
yeah,
Uh, and we just got engaged back in this last December. So took me almost 9 years to pull the trigger, but hey, we're here now.
yeah. I've always been kind of iffy about the family stuff. Like as far as like explaining like you know there's a little guy running around here, and everybody's like, wait, what happened? Like, you guys aren't
Yeah.
married and stuff like that. Um, and like that's been one of the things that's really got at me lately is because we've shown a little bit more of him, and so then like every
Mm,
TikTok live, there's always somebody who's like, "Oh, Danny forgot to pull out or something," and I'm just like, "Come on,
right.
man," you know.
Yeah. There's a lot
So
of immaturity out there, but um, you know what? That's it's good on. There's not a lot of men out there that would be able to do what you're doing and to be able to be a part of that. A lot of people would just opt out completely. So good on
yeah,
you for being that freaking strong ass dude to be to do that. You're with a little man, and that's no easy task, man. So good for you.
thanks, man. I mean, it's yeah, that's the way I always looked at it. Like, but I've always felt like I shouldn't have to explain myself, Like it's
No, you don't.
personal, so
Oh
it's
yeah, you
like
don't.
yeah. But I
Absolutely.
yeah, I've just noticed it a lot more. Like that's the thing that people poke at, you know.
Mm,
Um, but that I mean, it's interesting because like I went from I dated like one girl while I was in the military because I was just gone all the time, Like
mm.
I don't know. There was some times in the military where it was rough, man. Like I didn't want to go to work. I got depressed sometimes, Everybody has those times.
Yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and so like I went from living alone for like the first 2 years that I was in San Fran to like having a couple roommates, and then like all of a sudden it's like boom, I'm here. There's a little kid running around and stuff like that. So it's been a journey, man. So I've been very careful about how much we show him and stuff because I just don't know how to feel about it yet.
Yeah, I
And
respect. I got a lot of respect for your awareness on kind of how much you give away about yourself. I think that that's a tough line to kind of walk. Is how like you wanna be vulnerable, right? You want to give people a little window into your life, but how much of that window do you let them see? So I've kind of seen how you've handled because you know my growth is nowhere near I don't have as many eyeballs on me as you do. Um, so how you've handled what you let in and what you give out is it's actually good because it's good for me because I hopefully will be in your shoes someday. I want to be there. I want to continue to grow and I'm not going to stop until I do. But it's good to see how other people handle those situations that are close to me so that I can emulate that, when it gets there. So I think what you're doing is perfect. I don't think you don't owe anybody explanations. You don't owe anybody any more than you're already giving them. Like, I think you're doing a good job with it.
that's cool, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate that because I haven't it's not like there's like a book or anything like that I could read that tells me how to do all this. So
Yeah. We're all just
yeah.
flying by the seat of our pants, man, or just hoping it works.
Have you accidentally doused yourself or anything? Doused yourself, whatever they call it.
Yes.
Doxed. I'm totally just my terminology is all over the place.
Dogs. Yeah, yeah,
Doused.
yeah.
Yeah, doxed
Now,
yourself.
now, when you said that, I was like,
You're like,
no,
what does that mean?
I haven't doused myself with anything
Yeah.
yet. Maybe soon. No, I have. Yeah, yeah, I have. But it's so early on in the days of streaming that it didn't really matter. But I did. Yeah. The VOD, I deleted the VOD immediately, so it was
Yeah.
gone. But we were actually ordering this chair on stream, and somebody was like, "Show us the picture of the chair," and I was like, "Okay," and I pulled up the ordering info and it was just boom right there. And I was like, oh my God, I just messed up big time.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. When I had like I think there was like 20, 30 people watching something like that. I had just had the whole G Fuel thing happen where like they sent me a bunch of G Fuel to give away. And so I I had a lot of people asking me like, how much is G Fuel? What does it taste like? How much does it cost? I just asking all these questions. How long does it take to get to you? And I'm just trying to answer all
Mhm.
these questions. And somebody was like, I don't like because I kept saying I was like, yeah, like you can find like coupon codes and stuff. Like you don't have to pay full price. And so I was just showing like, yeah, I've tried these are the flavors I haven't tried because they're all out of stock. I'm like showing them. And then somebody's like, well, where do you find these coupon codes? And so I was like, yeah, I use Honey. So like I clicked the Honey thing and I was logged out and everything. Honey logged me back in, took me to my checkout, And here's all these coupon codes that I'm like, it's taking up most of the screen, all these coupon
Uh,
codes, right? It's like, I'm like, yeah, so it's like scanning and trying to figure out which one's the best one. For like a whole minute and a half, there's my address just chilling right
just
there,
sitting
phone number,
there. Yeah.
everything. And luckily, like I said, like you said, it's not, I wasn't big enough that like somebody like all of a sudden my phone's just blowing up or something,
Right.
but there was, it flagged it right away, and like that was the first time anything like that had happened. So I don't know if my reaction was the best, but it popped up right away, the auto mod. Somebody's like, "Hey, I'm gonna come rape your girlfriend," and I was just like the chat didn't see it, so I'm sitting there like,
Oh,
"Hey," I was like, "So and so, if you come here, I'm gonna shoot your
good.
dick off, bro."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Like everybody's all confused, and that guy just like didn't say anything. But
That's that dude. That's yeah. So mine was only up for I saw it. And mine was only it literally only takes a split second for somebody to go back and just pause.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it was up there for just like a second or two, and I was like, oh, But luckily, yeah, I was too small for really anybody to do anything. So it does make me want to get a PO box at some point so that I can just be like, it's just a P. All you got is the PO box. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, send me some weird stuff in the mail? Like, sure. you know.
yeah, yeah.
So
We got a
that's
PO box, so
that's in the works. Yeah, a PO box at some point. I'm just not. We're not. I guess I'm always. I hope I'm not always going to think this, but I'm always going to be like, I'm not big enough yet to do anything like that. I think I suffer a little bit from imposter syndrome, a little bit, where I'm like, why are you guys watching me? Like, why do you guys choose to be in here and watch me every day? I mean, I even turn my Streamlabs up and OBS on, and there's people in the chat talking before I even turn on my stream, and I'm like,
yeah,
what is going on? I'm like, why are you guys even here? And to me, it's just it blows my mind. So I think I say it a lot, like I'm not big enough to do this, I'm not big enough to do that, but to the next person, like, yeah, I am big, to the next person, so I got to stop saying things like that. But I do suffer a little bit from like, I'm not, I'm just the dude. Why are you
yeah.
even here? You're gonna
You
leave
never
tomorrow.
you never know though, man. You might have a TikTok pop off, and all of a sudden you start it up, and you're chilling with 100 people. So that's my biggest advice is like just prepare for it, because like I'm not gonna say who, but I've seen streamers like blow up, and they're just totally not ready for it. They don't have anything set up, like no PO box, like donations aren't even set up right. Things like they're still getting donations, sending receipts back to them with their real name and stuff.
Oh,
Like
geez,
yeah,
yeah.
like people are still they just don't plan ahead for that yet. It's playing catch up. You don't want to be
For
playing catch
sure.
up. So
Yeah, yeah, got to prepare. I mean, because that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing it. Is
yeah,
to eventually blow up, to eventually have that success. So
yeah,
I guess you're right. Yeah, I got to prepare for it because I want it, and I'm not going to
yeah.
stop until I, feel it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not only that too. It's PO boxes are useful for like anytime anybody wants to like a company wants to send you stuff, because with my experience is that especially at first a lot of it is startups and stuff,
Mm,
and I mean I'm brutally honest with my reviews and stuff. So if something has issues, I don't want my viewers to go spend money on it because it's not what they think it is. Somebody in a startup might take that the wrong way, and you don't want them leaking your address out or anything. So
yeah, that's
you never know.
yeah, that's good advice. Yeah.
Um,
Now that we're staying for another year, I probably will invest in that because we weren't sure if we were leaving. So getting
yeah,
one,
it's pretty cheap. It's really not that
yeah,
much.
yeah. I just don't, because I know you can pay like monthly or you can pay for like a year, and the year is like
Yeah.
way cheaper just to pay for it for a year.
Well, and then depending on how nice the person is that you talk to at the post office, they may or may not tell you that you don't need to get like the biggest PO box. You can get the
Mm,
smallest one, and they'll just hold on to packages for you. Because they were
mm,
somebody was trying to like they're like, yeah, if they're gonna be sending you stuff, you want like a big one, this and that. And I finally
yeah.
just asked a lady. I was like, wait a minute, what happens if the package is too big for the PO box? They're like, oh, we just hold on to it. I was like, so I can just get the smallest one? It's like half the price. They're like, yeah, totally. So I
Does
got this tiny little PO box.
she get commission on that upsell if she were to get that? you know?
Probably not. It's a government job,
Yeah, I don't know why she would even.
but yeah, but yeah,
That's
that's the other thing. A Bad Bear has been a big influence of some of the ways that I go about things now. I've learned a lot from him. He because I've watched Harris Heller and then Bad Bear. He hits on a lot of his stuff too with his own take on it. And one thing that I've really learned recently is, I mean, I always knew like you're not supposed to take like every sponsorship or
Mm,
every startup that comes to you trying to do something with you.
mm,
Um, but a big thing is I don't think I'm going to be doing besides like G Fuel or something. I'm not going to be doing the whole affiliate code thing anymore. It's just not like if
mm.
they're just like here's a free product, do a review on it and then we'll give you a code. You're doing more work for them than you are for than you're
Yeah,
getting out of it. So, and then like I
sure.
talked to Chunky Hustle, you know him? You might
Yeah. That one, yeah.
um, so I talked to him because he was just on. I haven't posted it out yet because I'm kind of ahead on episodes, which is a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was talking to him about because I just got into like the TikTok marketplace now that I hit 100K, and you can set like your rate on there. And he was like, yeah, you basically for every like 10,000 followers, that's like another $10 that they should be paying you per post. So I got reached out to by the coldest water, which I don't know if you've seen. If you go watch some viral TikToks, you might see one where like they just pay you. They told me $90 a month. Right? I didn't take it, so I don't care about talking about it.
Right.
I felt
Yeah.
like Chucky said that he thinks that it's just like a robo thing where they like automatically send out a bunch of emails, and then if you
Right.
say something like a real person talks to you. But basically, it was like $90 for 10 posts a month. All you got to do is just, you don't have to like talk about it, nothing. It just has to be in frame for a couple seconds in the video at least, and then you at the coldest water hashtag the coldest water. But like, my girlfriend was like, "Yeah, that's our first sponsorship, this and that," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, it's awesome." And then I was like, "I'm gonna sleep on it though," and I just thought about it when I was like, I feel like the effect because they wanted 10 posts a month, but they were like, we want you to space it out at least every 3 days. And I was just like, they're asking for a lot for $90 a month,
For sure. Yeah, that's a lot.
like that's gonna have a way bigger impact on my content than they're paying. So it's
Well,
like that was the first one.
$90 isn't very much.
No, and well, they were like, oh, but after it's a 3 month contract, and then you, based off of how your posts do, will negotiate a better rate with you. And I was just like, I just felt the issue with me was like you can tell when somebody's hitting you up because they genuinely like your content and they feel like you're a good match, or if they're just
Mm,
like, "Oh, you got the numbers."
for sure.
So, because I get hit up for a lot of energy drink stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I can tell. I mean,
yeah,
you're the energy drink king right now, man.
yeah. The only one so far that I've done was the data roll because I thought that was just the funniest thing ever. And I'm still waiting. I'm supposed to get the Miami Vice flavor. I can't wait to mess with that skit. Um, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you got
it's
big collar and you got to do all that stuff.
yeah. I've been pretty careful about like because people are like, oh, you should reach out to like Advanced GG or you should reach out to Gamer
Mm,
Subs and stuff like that. And it's like I think I want to hold out for the G Fuel one because I've just put so much time and effort into that. I wouldn't want to like sign up with another one and then they miss
for
an
sure.
opportunity or something. So
Yeah, I feel the same way about, orgs, sponsorships, affiliate codes, all that stuff. I'm going to ride completely, I'm going to be a free agent for as long as I possibly can. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, I want to grow myself without the need so that when I get to the point, I can say, look, this is the company that I want. I can, instead of them coming to me and be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I don't want that. Like, I'm going to hold out. I don't need the sponsorship. I honestly feel like a lot of that stuff is, um, like you said, you're doing more work for
yeah,
them than they're doing for you. And it's just like, I don't want to join an organization unless it's like freaking phase or like something crazy like that. But like, I don't, I've been approached by orgs and I'm just like, I'm going to be your biggest streamer. I'm not going to do that. Like that's not the thing. So
yeah. I mean, as you grow, you'll notice more and more people reaching out to you for stuff like that. Like I get asked to do like collabs and stuff like that with people that like you can. I My problem is the way that people go about it sometimes.
mhm,
Like my buddy Instigator was just like straight up, "Hey, I'm doing a podcast for a charity stream. You want to be a part of it?" It's like there's gonna be other veterans on. I was like, "Cool, done deal, sold." He didn't try to like bullshit me. But I got a lot of people who like they'll message me be like, "Hey man, really like the content. Just want to say keep it up. I just had a question about this." And so I'll go to talk to them, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, do you want to be part of my stream team? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?" And that's where I'm like, they're not straight up about it. So it's like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it turns me off, you know. Um, but like if Bad Bear all of a sudden was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna start a stream team. Do you want to be a part of it?" That's different. You know, I know
Different.
Bad Bear. I know his intentions, things like that. You know, so
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm the same way. I don't think that I would join a stream team anytime soon, just because I've got so much going on, just trying to establish like a brand and stuff. You know, it's like I'm not ready to join a team and also have to do stuff as a team and things like that. I'm just not there yet.
Yeah. What do you feel about merch? Do you have merch?
So I had merch, and then when I doubled down and was like, all right, we're gonna make the name a trademark and stuff. Obviously, you know, if I want the Danny Dorito name, it probably shouldn't be using Doritos product. So
Right.
um, I had to redo my merch because there was chips in it. So I had to redo that, and I'm still working on that. I just got a logo designed by one of Big Rob's buddies, so I'm planning on putting on some overlays and then getting some transitions made and stuff like that. Because that's probably the biggest thing that I think I got work on right now is my stream overlays. They're very basic. My one
Yeah.
intermission screen is like the only cool one, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, mine are pretty. I got really into the overlays and the transitions and the stingers and all that stuff. And I eventually just kind of I wanted to go for a more like minimalist look. I just wanted it to be simple and sleek, and I wanted my transition to be smooth and quick, and I wanted all these things. So I actually went from like a really heavily dosed like uh overlaid stream to something that was just like almost non-existent. It just
Yeah,
is it very very simple, and a couple things here in the corner, a couple things here, and that's really like my starting stream. I have an intro that I play every single stream. It's like a little 1 minute intro and all that stuff. That's like as much energy that I want to
yeah,
put in. I watch, you watch the dudes like Tim the Tam Man. You watch those big name dudes. None of them have like the crazy like things happening. Like when they switch from one camera to the other, it's just like boop, and they're at the next camera. So
yeah. I mean, like I just set it up so that now it fades, so that it at least isn't just like, oh, the screen switched and like the
that's
camera's not
exactly what
loaded
mine
in
does.
yet, you
It's just
know?
a fade. It just goes swoop. It
Yeah,
just kind of fades in and fades out, and that's
yeah.
simple.
So
Yeah.
that's what I got for now, but I'm definitely working on it.
Yeah. It's
Cause
fun,
like,
man. It's fun consuming to
do
messing
you,
around with the stream and
I haven't even tried to get into it yet. That's
oh,
one of those things that I gotta.
it's so
Um,
much fun. So I did a contest. I did a streaming competition. It was like a $10,000 competition. G Fuel actually sponsored it, and Luminosity sponsored it. And I made it to the second round. And we were all a little confused by the way they like the judging. It was a streaming competition, but they didn't say that it was a gaming competition. So it was really weird, but we ended up making it to the second round, and it didn't work out because we were focused more on streaming content instead of gameplay. And it was called So You Think You Can Stream, not So You Think You Can Game. And it was very misleading, and like all the contestants were like super confused and all this stuff. So we didn't end up doing too well, but I spent like 5 hours just like tinkering and messing with my stream and doing all these overlays, all this stuff and new things and new sounds and new like crazy stuff. And literally like 5 or more hours on it. And then when the whole thing was done, I was like, I was like, I don't like this. And I literally pretty much deleted everything and went back to just like a simple full, like how you're looking at me right now, just full screen. This is
mhm.
my like just chatting. It's just my big ass head right here, and then chat in the corner. Like that's it, and it's just me
Yeah,
chat, just simple.
yeah. I mean, there. I think there's definitely different ways to look at it. Like I've seen people like you got like Tyler One. I guess still uses like a headset mic.
Yeah,
You
same
know.
with Nick Briggs. He's still got
Yeah.
his headset.
And like I guess for me is like I do care about quality, so it's like yeah, that is something that like I want to slowly build up, but I just I don't know. I can't. It's funny, but I couldn't see myself watching somebody for 6 hours that's just got like their mic peaking every 5 minutes because they're screaming. You know, it gets annoying after
Yeah,
a while.
for sure.
But yeah,
He's
it
the one
definitely
that can do something like that.
yeah, it definitely doesn't make or break your stream. You
No,
know.
no. Yeah, and I haven't jumped into the world of merch.
Merch is tricky.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my mind goes to the same place as like a sponsorship or like a something like that. Like I again don't feel like I'm big enough to have merch. Like I just don't feel that way. So I'm just gonna hold off until I get a little bit bigger, a little bit more of a community that would actually want to buy it. And
I
so
would look into stream elements. That's what I've been doing it through. It's pretty simple, and then like, for me right now, merch is more about like more people seeing my name and wondering what that is.
right, for sure.
Um, so like the profit that I was making when I first did it was, I made like $42 the first month I had merch. Like it's not
Yeah,
something, but I sold like 10 t-shirts and a couple hoodies. So it's like, you know, there's people out there repping it, I guess, but it's, yeah, merch is a weird thing.
yeah,
It's like, I've seen people, it definitely depends on your size too. Like obviously, some like fancy merch companies not gonna want anything to do with you if you don't
yeah,
have the numbers. So I
sure.
feel like there's levels to it. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
Stream Elements is probably like the easiest thing for most people, at
yeah.
least at
I think that's
first.
probably what I would go through. If I do decide to do that, but I'm just gonna hold off as long as I can.
Yeah, I have a lot of people asking about it now, so that's why I'm like, yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta get my ass in gear.
Yeah,
There's
I've
so
had
many
people
things.
ask me, and I'm just like,
I got
keep
I I got like almost 200 mod applications to go through.
holy.
I've got the merch to go through. I got that logo that I need to make sure it's formatted and everything for merch. Um, I want to do some more. I need to redo my whole podcast thing. Like, I think I need to step it up a little bit. It's fine for now, but like, it's pretty low quality images and stuff. So
Mhm.
I want to step that up. Um, and then I mean, like I said, the overlays. That's one of the things that keeps biting at my brain. It's like it's time to get that done.
Yeah,
I do
dude.
have a graphic designer, so he's working on some stuff. But if it
Said you
doesn't
had
turn out the way I want,
said you have 200 mod applications to go through.
yeah.
Holy,
So I don't know if you have looked at it, but you can go into your. I think it's in your stream summary. You can see like the average time somebody watches your stream, and so like right now it fluctuates for me between like anywhere from like 75 to 130 people watching,
mm,
and I think when I look at it most of the time, it says the average person watches my stream for like 30 to 45 minutes.
yeah,
You know, so that's a lot of people stopping by during like a
mm,
6 hour period. So
for sure.
I normally stream for like 2 or 3 hours, especially since I just reapplied for partner. I'm trying to play it safe. I don't want to be because I mean anybody's stream you watch, like the numbers just naturally go down as you go, unless you got like some crazy event going on.
Yeah,
But um,
yeah. They always peak in the beginning and they kind of trickle as they go. Yeah.
have you paid attention to? I mean, I don't know how you have not paid attention to him. That Jordy 2D, the guy with the Sonic costume,
Oh yeah,
dude.
dude. He's freaking hysterical.
Dude, he's hilarious. He's killing it. The one thing that I'm concerned about is because after talking to my lawyer, that Sonic costume might be a liability, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
worried about that. I hope it doesn't bite him. I hope he's figuring that out because
He
that's
doesn't only rock that thing though, does he?
no, like he does it on like he does like Sonic Saturdays or something, and then obviously Halloween. But every time I go into his stream, people are asking, "Well, put the Sonic costume on. Where's the Sonic costume?" That's like all they talk about. So I'm like,
I
I
think
don't.
the first video I saw of him was like he was in the Sonic outfit and his girlfriend or something
Yeah,
was like screaming at him that he never stops playing and then he gets a kill and he screams really really loud and I
yeah,
was like, this is genius, man. It's absolutely hysterical. But you're
yeah,
right. If he continues to grow and continues to get big, yeah, he might have some issues there.
yeah.
It's tough with that copyright stuff, man. All this DMCA stuff that's going on too. That stuff's like I
I
don't know how
mean,
to take it.
people were like, "Oh, if your name's an issue, just change it to like Danny Dortito or something." And it's I no, you can't just change a letter around. They can still see that as intention to like protect your
Yeah,
brand and stuff. So it's very tricky, you know. Stuff that used to work 10 years ago doesn't work anymore. So
yeah. Are
especially
you worried? Are you worried about DMCA stuff?
no, I use Epidemic Sounds. I've been using that for months, so it's all I
Okay.
have the rights to stream all the music I use. The only time I've
Wow.
ever gotten muted or anything is when like I used to I don't really do it anymore, but it used to be like watch like review one of my TikToks, so I would like
Mm.
watch it, random TikTok, and sometimes the music it would mute that part of the VOD, but um Yeah, no, I never had too much of an issue with it. I mean, in the beginning, I used to just play like YouTube music, but I
Mm,
stopped because even that, like, all it takes is one guy to like pop off on YouTube, and then he's gonna go after everybody for money.
right.
So, but like I had talked to Bad Bear about it, and he's like, yeah, I just he had said before everybody was now, but he's like, I just delete my VODs, I download them and then delete them. So, but the thing that concerns me is like that might not even protect you anymore soon, because I think what they're doing is they're going after Twitch uh, to be able to see their copy of the VOD, because Twitch has a copy too. So if that happens, everybody's screwed. Like you're gonna have to just not play music that you don't have the rights to. It's just no other
Yeah.
way to get around it. You know?
Everyone's going to be playing music. Everyone's going to be just in silent streams, just talking, nothing in the background, no nothing. That's going to be. I hate that, man. I wish Twitch. It's. I mean, Amazon, it's $1 billion company. Just pay like Spotify a certain amount of money to just let us have the like. Just let us play Spotify or something like that, or like charge us a monthly fee to like pay to be able to play that or something like. You know what I
I mean,
mean?
that's what Epidemic Sounds is. You pay like a monthly thing, and you can use it in YouTube videos. I think it covers you like link your accounts so that they won't nobody will go after you. Um, but
It's
then
called
the
Epic
issue,
Sounds. You say?
yeah, Epidemic Sound, I think, yeah,
I'm gonna have to check that out because
yeah,
I've now. I mean, for months I didn't give a damn, dude. I was playing whatever I wanted, all this stuff. So now I gotta like go back and start deleting vods, deleting clips, all this stuff. So
yeah.
I'm just right now in the process of downloading everything onto a hard drive so that I at least have it. But everything has been muted. Like besides this whole last week, I stopped playing copyrighted music. But everything before that, it's all like my vods in the beginning because I jam music out to the starting stream. It's all muted. I'm just
Yeah.
like, great.
Well, I mean, I heard Shroud. I don't know if you, because I mean, part of the job that I'm looking at is like being aware of like all this stuff going on in the streamer community. So like I've been watching a lot of like the news stories and stuff. Like Shroud was talking about how like it didn't have to be this way. Like all it would take is for like a bunch of the big streamers to be like, hey, like we're not doing it. Like we're you know, like we should be able to play music because it's you know
Well,
we're
that's what.
altering the sound by having it in our stream at games and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Well, Nick Merckx was. I don't know if he changed his tune, but in the
I hope he
beginning,
did.
yeah, he was like, I'm not deleting anything. He's like, I don't know who you. He was talking to Tim the Tam. He's like, I'm not changing anything. I'm doing this and this is it. And I don't know who you were talking to, but who I talked to said this. I'm just like, oh man. So yeah,
Well,
I hope he did.
somebody that big, like I feel like somebody had to have talked to him by now. But like somebody Nick Marks big, they ain't gonna come after you for a little DMCA takedown. They're gonna sue your ass.
Yeah, they're gonna
They're
sue him
just
for.
gonna go. Yeah, they're gonna go for the big guns, man. So
Yeah,
yeah,
somebody like
it's
strike us and
yeah,
small.
it's a intellectual property. I mean, that's what my lawyer specializes in. So that it's a tricky thing, man. It's like because YouTube, I've back when I first started, like I got a copyright claim one time, and I was like, hey, I altered the sound by having my gameplay sound in it and me talking, and they're like, oh yeah, true, you know, but like Twitch, it's a whole different ball game.
Right. Yeah.
So,
It's only
but
gonna get worse as Twitch gets bigger too.
well, I mean, it's like anything, man. Like everybody wants their piece of the pie. You can't make free money. It's
Yeah.
just how it is.
Damn. What do you mean? I want my free money, man.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
much
I mean,
easier.
the other thing my lawyer was talking to me about is that the question also came up was like, well, shouldn't it be the same for games? Like, shouldn't you have to pay to stream games? And that is like, whoa,
Dude,
whoa, whoa, you know?
saw some somebody tweeted that
Yeah,
and it blew up and it was just like everyone was like, F this guy, like all this stuff. Like, how
yeah,
dare you bring that up?
yeah.
You know? I
It
mean,
was
it's got
the
a
it was
point, but like no.
I think it was the head of Google Stadia. So like I think the reason he said that is because they have to pay for you to be able to stream games to your Stadia. So he's like, oh, like why does shouldn't everybody should have to stream it, or pay to stream it. So, but I don't know. That's that. I mean, I think the big discussion with that was that people are like, if that happens, that's like the like nail in the coffin for indie games because nobody's gonna pay to stream a game that small. So.
No, not at all. Oh God, I hope that doesn't happen.
I don't think it will. I mean, anything's possible, but I see it being too much of an upset. People would boycott games.
for sure.
I mean, I forgot who it was who was saying.
They would lose so much money. I mean, there's so much free
Yeah,
publicity in Twitch streaming. Like there's I you can't even Among Us, for instance. Like Among Us was a game that has been out for a long time. Nobody cared about it, and then somebody picked it up on Twitch and all this stuff, and now millions of people have bought this like $5 game on Steam, and it's like they would have never had that money if it wasn't streamed for for free.
yeah. I mean, I saw tons of people were little Among Us astronauts for Halloween. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's crazy, like how
and
something, and
and
it
that
had been
could
around for a little while, right? Like it's not like
yeah,
a new game.
no, it's not a new game at all. I think it's been around for like a year or if not more. And then it just all of a sudden started to catch traction. And I don't know who was the dude who streamed it that was big enough to make it popular, but holy cow, what a like phenomena of a game has it
Yeah,
just exploded. I
I'm
can't play
sh-
it anymore, man. I
I'm
can't play it
sure
anymore.
I'm sure it just took like one group of like decently sized streamers to do it.
Yeah,
Because there's
yeah,
because I my issue with it is I could not play it with viewers on stream. I get stream sniped. I either get reported right away or I get killed right away.
yeah.
So
That's
it
what was
totally ruins
starting
it.
that was starting to happen with me because I was very flexible with playing it with viewers and
Yeah,
bringing people in and people who were like, "Hey, can I play?" And I'm like, you might have to like hang around for a little bit so you don't come in and just start like cursing on Discord or something like that. But it ended up just people take it too seriously, and if like they're not friends with them, then they just get mad, and it's like all it just was like I can't even play it on stream anymore, man, which is unfortunate because I was having a lot of fun, but I don't know, can't do it.
yeah. I'm not crazy into it. It's fun to do collabs with, but like it's to the point where like every time I do a collab, I feel like an idiot because I don't know the maps and stuff. I literally just don't play it.
For
Um,
sure.
but like, man, who poor Fall Guys. Among Us just like slit Fall Guys' throat. It was gone so quick.
Yeah,
I
Fall
tried.
Guys.
I tried streaming it when the new season came out, and I was like, "Oh, babe, we can't stream this." It went straight down to 30 viewers. So I was like, "There's nobody watching this game anymore."
No,
Oh,
I looked at the browser just yesterday to look at like maybe a different game to try playing, and I was like, I wonder what Fall Guys is at right now. And it was at like it had like 4,000 people watching it total, and I was just like, oh god, like this game
that's
is
not. That's
dying.
actually because Rogue Company. That's been chilling around like 3 to 5 thousand, and I can stream that and chill around like 90 to 100. So I think it depends on like who's playing it. Because like Fall Guys, I'm sure there's not anybody really big playing it anymore.
No, and I actually didn't click into. I just saw the number, so it could have been one dude with like 1,000
That's
views.
the yeah. It could also be like one dude's got like 3/4 of those viewers. I see that a lot too.
Yeah. And Rogue Company, like you said, it sits around 3 to 4,000. Man, that thing exploded when that game came out with the whole. I don't know. How did you think that they handled the drops, the drops enabled kind of thing? Did you pay much attention to what was going on
Um,
with that?
so I've had good and bad experiences with drops. So like the first like real experience I had with drops was Valorant. I waited like 2 days for my drop for Valorant, and then like that was when I first really cared about streaming. Um, and then I mean you could see how like at first there's the hype around it because it's like everybody's watching because they want to drop. But then
Mm.
as it goes, it depends on like how the game is. Because like Hyperscape, I got that drop super quick, but
Yeah.
people did not like that game, so it just didn't. It wasn't the same thing. Um, but Road Company, I didn't even know about it. Somebody was just like, "Hey, have you played Road Company?" I was like, "No," and they're like, "Here's a code." Like they just gave me a code for it.
That's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was actually the same. So Rogue Company came out on my birthday, and I was doing a birthday stream, and my buddy gave me a code and was like, "Hey, you should play this game with me today. It's brand new.
yeah.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be exciting." So I was like, "Okay." So I played it for a little bit. It was fun, but what ended up happening was he actually got drops enabled on his channel for Rogue Company when it first dropped, and there was maybe like 20 to 25 streamers that I saw on that actually truly had drops enabled. And this guy was
Yeah.
sitting. I don't know how he got drops enabled. I don't know who he knows or what, but he got drops enabled, and he went from 2,000 followers and averaging, like, he was sitting, he'd be like 5 or 6 viewers a stream. Like, he wasn't nothing crazy, to literally 1,200 people in his channel watching him, waiting for a drop and hoping.
Yeah.
And he got like 10,000 followers and all this stuff. And then after the week of excitement was over, he's back down to
Yeah, that's the problem I see with TikTok is like you see these people like the only exception I've really seen is Jordy. Like I mean, cuz who knows, it's a bigger explosion, so you never know how it's going to work. Somebody else might come along. But like I've seen people who blow up really quick, but then like they come down just as fast.
Mm,
And like I feel like I didn't blow up. I don't feel like I really blew up and like it wasn't really a big explosion. It was kind of gradual, so I think that's why I've been able to like taper out. But I could see how something like that, like that it's so demotivating for I feel like to have like a huge
mhm.
explosion like that and then for it to go down just as
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, you'd rather have steady growth. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's all good. I mean, like that's why I kind of strayed away from doing as many G Fuel giveaways because like I have the G Fuel to give away, but it's like if I'm just giving it away left and right, then you find out that people are just there for that, and you don't want
oh,
that,
for sure. I just saw that there are bots out there on Twitch that, if you put giveaway in your title, will scan through uh, Twitch and will literally come into your channel. Like, if they see, and then they just fill up your channel. So anytime I've ever done a giveaway on stream, I'll put giveaway in my title, and within minutes, I have 30, 40 more people in my channel than I did, previously. I'll just put giveaway in, and then all of a sudden my channel's full. And it's like, that's why I don't really do too much giveaway stuff. I always call it give backs more than giveaways. But one of my
That's
buddies,
a good term. I like that.
yeah,
I might take that. Give backs. I like that.
yeah, do a give back stream instead of a giveaway, because what ends up happening, right, is you're giving, the people that you want to win are the people that are like a part of your community or somebody that like,
Yeah.
how great is it when you see that person in your stream who's been there for a month and they win the G Fuel? You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, you deserve that. It's like you want to be giving back to your community more than giving away to some random
Yeah.
dude who slipped in because he saw giveaway on your channel. um so yeah, I haven't done really too many giveaways in a while, but
So
give backs is the way.
I'm still feeling it out, and I want to say that I'm gonna keep doing it. But the stream elements giveaway I think is a really good way to go about it because you can
Mhm.
do the point system, where they earn the points.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
because when I do giveaways, I do get the people coming like, "Hey, like how come I only got one ticket?" I'm like, "Because you're not this is your first time here, buddy. That's
Who
why,
who who are you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it incentivizes them and it weeds out the people who are just looking for free stuff. Because I
for sure.
like you said, I mean, I'm sure there's people who are just like looking for giveaways on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
definitely a thing.
it's freaking slimy, dude.
Uh,
How bored do you have to be to just be like
yeah,
hunting giveaways on Twitch?
but like you said, it's awesome because then you see the people that win are the people who have like the max tickets because they're always there, And so when people are like, "Oh man, he won it, congrats!" and it's like, yeah, he's here all the time, man. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
Um,
we did a thing. I need to actually change it now because people have been starting to show up on our channel a lot more and for a lot longer. Where we would do at 100,000 channel points, we would send you a personalized gift. So if you
I
want,
saw
if
that.
they
Yeah,
want, yeah. So they would. So we've had 4 people redeem it now. Um, and it's been really kind of special because at 100,000 channel points, you kind of get to know somebody a little bit.
yeah,
We've been able to kind of create these little like gift boxes of like a bunch of little knickknacks, and we write them a really nice card and all this stuff. We're able to send it to them, which is like one of the coolest things in the world, because then they post on Twitter like the pic of the box that we send them and all this
yeah.
stuff. It's like
It's really
it's
cool.
like one of the most rewarding things ever, because um, they're just like the nicest people in the world. They deserve it. So yeah.
Yeah, we have a thing called like a G Fuel care package. So like I'll send them because I got a bunch of energy crystals. I got the packets, and then like I got a bunch of cans. So like it's like I'll throw a can, some energy crystals, and the 10 packets in there of like one of every flavor.
Yeah.
Nobody's redeemed it yet because like it takes a little while for them to hit it. But
Mm,
now my thing has been like, all right, like I need to brainstorm and come up with some really good smaller rewards so that people are gonna be like too like the people who are gonna save up for that care package, like they really want it and they're not just there to like mess around. Because
for
like the
sure.
people that are gonna blow their points on something goofy like push-ups, like
Right.
it's just different. And then the other thing is like I've had to make it US only because I tried sending a t-shirt and some G Fuel to Canada and it cost me $40. So I was like, yeah, I can't do that no more. It's
Bro,
gonna
I
bleed me
said
dry.
today when I got this new mic, I turned my old mic into a giveaway,
Mhm.
and it went to somebody in Canada, and I sent the whole boom arm and the mic and the pop filter
Ooh.
and everything to Canada. Dude, it was twice as much as the mic even cost. Like
Yeah.
I should have ordered it and sent it to him like through Amazon. It would have
Yeah.
been cheaper than me actually shipping it across the border.
Yeah.
It was, oh my god, it was like the most expensive thing in the world.
Yeah,
Got
that's also one thing that Bad Bear mentioned that has been in the back of my mind is that when somebody's like, "Hey, here's some free product to give away," make sure it's like them sending it, not you. Like they send it to you and it's like, "Oh, give it away," because then they can ship it directly to them. You're not gonna get, you
for
know,
sure. You don't
yeah,
got to pay for it. Yeah, out of your
yeah,
pocket. It's expensive, man. Shipping things across borders, dude. I wasn't
yeah,
expecting it. I was like, okay, yeah,
yeah,
maybe it'll be like $20 or something like that. But no, it was like, oh my god, it was
yeah.
so
It's like, how
expensive.
bad could it be? I'll pay for it. And then
And
like
then
that one time, and I told the guy, I was like, dude. Yeah, I just want you to know you're the last person to get this right now. It's gonna be a long time for anybody else in Canada to get some stuff from me because it's so expensive. And he's like, "All right, man." Like the next person, I had one person who didn't realize that, and they didn't say. They might have been trying to just scam me, but they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was U.S. only." So I was like, "All right, I'll send you some stickers because that's all I can afford to." Yeah, yeah,
what
we're on
was
the
he?
podcast still.
Did he actually like? What did he win? Like G Fuel? And you were like, nah, you're not getting that. You're getting stickers.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, yeah, I'll just send you a bunch of stickers because like a letter is, it's just not very much, but like, yeah, the stuff that he wanted, it would have ended up costing me 40-50 bucks again.
Yeah, I
So,
think to send the mic and everything, or it was over $100 to send the mic because they counted for what the cost of the item is, and then on
yeah,
top of it, I was just like, ah. He literally sends it. He shows me he's like, okay, and you can insert your card, and I was like, okay, and it's like $120. I was like, no way, like this mic is a piece of crap. Like I should have just sent him a gift card or something like that. It would have been better. Like I don't know. It was
yeah.
so expensive.
Yeah, I guess that's one thing you could do, be like, hey, so I can't really ship it to you, so I'll give you a gift card,
For the value
something.
of something. Yeah.
Yeah, value, whatever it is. Because I was like, dude, spending that much to just send you, like, we were doing homemade t shirts at first because we were trying to figure out the merch thing. So we had some iron-on stuff, and so it was like a little like T-shirt that cost us like maybe like $4 or $5, and then like 10 packets of G Fuel. It's like $40.
Yeah. Yeah. Not worth it.
Like,
To them, they don't see the cost. It's just out of your
yeah,
pocket. It's like,
yeah,
no. Like I
yeah.
love you, but I don't love you $40 worth. Not yet anyway,
I
man.
mean, how do you handle when people come in and they're like, "Hey, man, could you how many likes for a PC or something?" Like,
Oh, I've had people do I had somebody come into my channel, and you know what's funny is they're actually like my really good friend now. Came into my channel, never met the guy, comes into my channel off a raid and says, "How many subs will it take you to shave your beard on stream?" And I had like a big beard at the time, and I was like, "What? Like you're gonna give me like you're gonna pay me? You're gonna give me subs to shave my beard?" And he was like, "Yeah, name your price." And I was like, "Uh." I felt uncomfortable. It was like in the beginning, I was like, 20 subs. He's like,
yeah,
done. Boom, 20 subs. And I had to shave my beard live on stream. I was like, oh God, this is. At that point, I start to feel like a hooker. I'm like, you guys just paying me money to make me do just like really bad things on stream.
yeah.
Like, I ended up wearing a dress one day, another 20 subs to put me in a dress. And I was like, this is getting out of hand, man. I got to put a stop to this.
Jeez, yeah. So I guess my girlfriend's like, "You still talking?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having a good time."
Yeah, it's been fun, man.
I don't know how long we've been talking. It's like almost
Almost 3 hours.
damn. Okay,
Yeah.
time flies.
Yeah.
Um, so like, what are some of your I like to say near, like goals for the near future because I can't people ask me like, where do I see myself in like 10 years? I'm like, dude, if I was over here worried about where I'm gonna be in 10 years, I'd never get anything done.
Right.
So, what are some of your like goals for the near future?
Um, Goals for the near future, definitely, as far as my channel goes and my content, I want to continue to build my brand and make it something that I'm really proud of. I want to see my followers grow, but I want it to be very organic. I really want to be able to do this full time. I
Hmm.
want this to be, I mean, this is my dream job to do this. And the fact that COVID has permitted me to do this kind of like in lieu of what I was doing, um, it's been like a dream come true, even for 6 months. Um, so to be able to do this full time is like my near future goal, in the next maybe year or two, to be able to quit what I'm doing and to put all my energy into something like this is what I want to do. Meeting people like you, um, and being able to pick your brain and to do these for you to ask me to do something like this is like, what was to me a little bit of validation of like, okay, maybe I'm doing something right, and I should keep working hard. So I was honored that you asked me to do this. It was actually really exciting for me to be like, oh yeah, of course I'm going to do this. um, so short-term goals is to continue to just work hard at this and hopefully be able to do this full time someday.
That's good, man. And I just want you to know, I reached out to you about being on the podcast because I like you. It's not because of numbers. It's not like because I hate that people are like, oh, how big do I got to be on your thing? It's like it's not about
Mm.
that. The fact that you asked that already tells me like I don't know, you know.
Yeah, right.
Um, but like everybody that I've had on, it's been because I see their content. I see what they're trying to do, and it doesn't matter. You know, they might be bigger than me. They might not. It doesn't matter. It's just I like you for you. I like your content. I like that you're genuine, and like I hope that whether you blow up someday or I do, like it's like those group of people that I get to know as I go. That are the people that I want to sing the high praises for, because it's like
Yeah,
you know I might be as big as I'll ever get, but like having some friends along the way too is just
of course.
why else would I
Yeah,
do it? It's like
I appreciate that. It does mean a lot. Being true to who I am throughout this whole process is like what I've been dedicated to doing, and
yeah,
I don't want to sell out to make myself grow. I'm not going to do that. I just want to be myself, and if it works out being myself, then this is literally going to be the dream job. Um, but I agree, man. I think I've met some of the greatest people I've ever met in my life, and some of the coolest, and some people that I will be friends with for the rest of my life through streaming and through these platforms. And it's like it's a blessing, man. It's an absolute blessing to meet people like you, and even Big Rob Energy. I went to high school with him, and I lost connection with him completely. I did not talk to him in years, and all of a sudden he's streaming on Twitch and I'm streaming on Twitch, and now we're talking, we're texting each other like every other day, we're like saying hi, we're communicating, and it's like it's cool, man. This is like it's such an unexpected blessing, really.
yeah. But Big Rob is he's such a good dude. I've a lot of people that I've met through him. Like just because
Hmm.
he's like, you gotta meet so and so. Like
Yeah,
you guys would get along really well. I gotta get him
yeah.
on again at some point. He's been a big help. I go to him too. Him and Bad Bear like the two people I go to when I get
Mm.
stuck or I don't know what to do or I gotta talk about something. So
Yeah, he's very very smart. He's been doing this forever. I mean, so he's definitely somebody that when I saw him coming to Twitch and he was kind of new to Twitch, and I maybe had a little bit of experience that I could help him with. I was like, "Oh, dude, this is going to be great. Like I want you to come. You got to do this. You got to try. You're going to freaking kill it. You're going to do this." And of course, the guy's doing great. So,
yeah, he's just one of those guys that comes off to me as like that's him. Like his videos are him. He's so
it is
genuine. Like
100%.
I feel like that he just turns on his camera and just starts talking and it's just like he's so goofy and interesting.
Yeah, he's a funny
Uh,
freaking guy. He's always been that way.
the way that I stumbled upon him was literally I was scrolling through TikTok. I saw one of his videos talking about his car. I clicked it, saw that he had a Twitch, clicked the Twitch, and this is at like 2 in the morning, and he's live. And I popped in there and I just started talking to him.
Really?
Yeah, super random.
Wow. Is and then it's crazy the degrees of separation between people. I think Twitch it's a really small world. Like it's a really small community. I was in Bad Bear's stream the other day, and I don't even think he really knows who I am. Like I really don't. I because I kind of lurk in his channel and maybe say hi every once in a while. But I was in his stream, and a bunch of people from my channel are sitting in his stream talking, and I was like, what are you doing here? Like, how do
Yeah.
you know? It's like, oh, I found him through somehow, and now they're in there, and I'm like, man, it's a small world. So, building the friendships and the connections now are only going to fuel us later.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the statistic is anymore because everything's so like, everything's exploded, but I know that the what I had seen before was that like point or it's like 99 it's like 99% of Twitch is streamers streaming to less than 15 people. So
Yeah.
like once you get past that point, it is a very like small group of people that are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And TikTok is an even smaller group of people, you know. Like
Yeah.
TikTok streamer community is even smaller. So it's like I feel like eventually you kind of get to know most of them at some point, unless you're
Yeah.
like a piece of crap, and like nobody wants to
And
talk
nobody
to you.
wants to.
Yeah, which I was worried about at one point, but nah, it's everybody's all trying to help each other and look out for each other. And if
Yeah.
somebody isn't genuine, I feel like people look out for each other, and you'll
Yeah,
find
for
out.
sure.
So
Yeah. This is it's a dream come true. It's again one of those things. I think I've referenced this a couple different times now. It's those doors open up in your life, and you don't need to take them, but you can poke your head in and you can see if this is something you want to do.
yeah,
Twitch is something I've poked my head in. I'm looking around. I'm still like, okay, yeah, this is freaking awesome. Let's go do this. So I'm about to walk through this door for sure.
that's good, man. I'm glad to hear that somebody such as yourself is like looking to double down on it. That's good. Because
Yeah.
I know people who like I feel like they would just kill it if they would just commit to it, but they just
Mhm.
it's just a hobby for them, and that's totally fine. Some people just don't they like it being a hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but yeah, man, we definitely got to get some games in for
For
sure,
sure. Yeah,
for
man,
sure.
absolutely.
We
I
gotta
I again, like I really don't game much off stream, but
yeah,
I 100% need to get some Warzone in with you for sure,
yeah,
man. We got to get some games in.
yeah. Me, you, and Big Rob gotta. Even though Big Rob isn't a big Warzone guy, I think we
Use
gotta
that
trio up
multiplayer,
or
dude.
something.
Use search and destroy or something like that.
Yeah, that
I
too.
haven't messed around with that in a long time, but hey,
3v3 gunfight. Could do that.
yeah,
If
dude, it'd be a
that's I
lot
don't
of
know if
fun.
that's a thing right now. Sometimes
I
it's three,
think it
sometimes it's two.
I think it is right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be
Well, we'll have to
could
do
be
that then.
yeah, man. I'm
But
absolutely down.
yeah, man, I'll definitely be reaching out to you again to do
Yeah,
stuff,
we
and
got to
then
maybe play some Phasmophobia or something like that. That was
oh
sick
yeah,
when you
dude.
me and you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna be playing today. Do you want to play?" I was like, "Absolutely." Like, I always want. If you are ever like gonna be crossing paths stream wise, like, let's link up, man. I'm always down for that.
I love when it can be like that, where it's like you just pop in. It's like, oh, you're playing that game. Like, yeah, let's do it. And it just kind of
Yeah.
it's not a planned thing. That's when
Hmm.
like you're like to me that's like that's some genuine friendship. That's not
Yeah,
just
for
you're
sure.
just trying to
Yeah.
get some numbers. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll be in touch. Thanks for hanging
Yeah, man.
out. Good
Thank you
combo.
for having me here, dude. This was a lot of fun. This is my first ever podcast, so hey, you popped my podcast cherry.
That's awesome. I'm honored.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. It was a lot of
All
fun.
right.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah. Take care,
All right,
man.
boy. Take care, buddy.
Peace.